I'm gonna start recording.
And did anyone take the potion to speed from yesterday or last week?
5, 4, 3,
Nope.
2.
Someone
1.
should. They're great. I'll take one if no one else does.
Welcome, everybody. Another episode of Rocks Fall, Everyone Dies. I have for now forgotten to update the episode. Today's episode is not 77. In fact, it is 78. Right? 77 is fake news. 78 is the real news. So, anyway, that's a note for myself because I'm an idiot and I literally forgot to do that. Anyway, speaking about 77, Johnny, what happened last time?
Previously on the Nostromo, the crew had sailed to the Assyrian city of Hyannisport, home of first mate Edwin Smoot, only to discover the city was under siege by Lee Harvey Oswald, that fearsome and tyrannical conjurer who had previously attacked Smoot's keep in New Hope, swearing vengeance upon Smoot for reasons nobody knows, including Smoot. Our heroes discovered the same sinister spell that had been cast upon the city as they'd previously encountered in the Azunian mining town. I learned that the source of the memory-modifying magic was a terrible monstrosity known as a false hydra, which had been picking off the inhabitants of Hyannisport one by one to whet its reality-warping appetite. My heroes tunneled far beneath the grassy knoll in the middle of the city and stormed the creature's lair, equipped with earmuffs to black out its mellifluous melody. And in the pitch black of the earth swarmed on all sides by soul-sucking Bodax and the 7 toothy maws of the hungry Hydra. The crew is victorious in vanquishing the beast and in restoring some of its ghastly goons into lost children that have been abducted and transformed by this abomination. With the city of Hyannisport now seemingly restored, what will our heroes' next destination be? Will they press onward towards the foreboding Lonely Mountain for the Banshee Queen's favor? Will they return to Rokugan to safely deliver the last egg of the fallen Green Dragon? Will Captain Zorkson arrange to keep his long-awaited appointment with his previous paramour, Susuma Shimascale? Or will this band of adventurers strike out on some new, unexplored path into the uncharted parts of the world of Galaxy, never before explored by any man, elf, or dwarf, to the annoyance and vexation of our Dia? Find out on tonight's game of Dungeons & Dragons, only on Rocks Fall, Everyone Dies. Brought to you by the following sponsor, whose views and opinions most certainly do not reflect anything that will be said by these assholes tonight.
Thank you, Johnny. This week's sponsor is Googly Eyes. Do you have inanimate objects around your house or home that you think, what the heck? Let's give it a personality. Try Googly Eyes, the appearance of which often gives things a humorous effect. The middle black disc is allowed to float freely in large plastic shell, giving it that wild and crazy appearance, varying in size to 4.8 millimeters to a whopping 610 millimeters in diameter. These googly eyes add charm, humor, wonder, and plenty of conversation. That's Googly Eyes. Over to you, Tony.
Googly eyes are
You forgot terror.
No, we don't. That's not what. And the sponsor is gone. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, at least we're consistent, right?
If we ever get real ones, it's going to be hell.
Okay. Let's set the scene where we left off. The false Hydra has been slain. It fades from existence, as if it never was. Your characters do remember it, but the memories fade. You will always still remember the false Hydra, but the look, the feel, the bite, the smell of it fades. Like a long, distant love that is a blur to your memory. You pick through the bones, and you find that these bones are intertwined with a giant dragon horde that was transported here. The dragon's skull lays off to the side. Strom, you do gather that.
Yes, I do.
It is obviously the skull of an adult dragon, the one that you seek. You guys pick up the what appears to be a tome with a what appears to be a. It's hard to tell the border and the cover of this book. It's almost as if you're looking with fogged glass. It's almost as if you're looking at something without glasses on. It appears blurry when you try to pick and read the pages. whatever you're looking at starts fading from memory. Who holds on to this book if you take this book with you? This Book of the Forgotten. Or do you leave it
I'll
here?
take it
Seems-
if nobody
yeah.
else does.
Should be in the hands of our Master Arcanus.
Decadic, add it to your inventory if you're holding on to it. It is in your possession. And note, please, where it is. So, obviously, you're able to gather up a significant amount of loot. This was a dragon's hoard that was brought here. The dragon's bones, the bones of others. Mostly humanoid. Some lizard folk. But mostly humanoids. The small children are traumatized. They will speak in hushed tones, but obviously they want to be home. There is a tunnel that does lead out. This tunnel, like the one above you, is big enough to fit something like a Bodak, which is about 2.5 feet tall. But a full human, you're going to be crawling. So if you do want to get out, you're going to have to crawl out. There is treasure and items. You'll have to crawl out with those as well. I believe most of you have bags of holding at this point, so some of that might be moot, but still a thing. The construction of this inner cave that you were inside, that we had the last battle, now that there's no longer this monster here, the thing that was absorbing light is gone. It is not a light, but now your dark vision does work. So with just a little bit of light, you're able to see in that dim area as if it was light, and it appears to be a carved out structure, right? The walls are carved and dug out. The ceiling is pockmarked, as if something could extend its ever-growing long head out of it. There are pockmarks, almost like a beehive, everywhere outside of this cavern. Maybe 20, 30 different holes, leading in long directions to God knows where, but you can assume other places within the city on the east side of the river, you guys are on the east side, right?
West side.
West side of the river, right? I always flip those two. I even have it written down. That's right. West side. Anyway, eventually, I assume you do make your way out. When you do make your way out of this area, which has been carved in, which does have symbols of the god of oblivion here. Tharizdun. Thank you. What path do you take out? There are several paths out, depending on if you take a random hole, the hole you came out of, or the hole that seems to lead out of the cave entrance floor, which appears to lead slightly up. There's even a door in front of it. It is more like a hobbit door, right? Circular, but it's there. And on this side, you're able to tell that door was trapped, but since you're on the inside of the door, you can obviously undo the trap.
Let's do door number one.
Yeah, let's take the natural way out of the cave, not the more actual doorway path.
For my own curiosity, looking at the holes and tunnels, do any of them look even remotely big enough that a creature this size, not just its head, but its body could have possibly burrowed down here on its own?
No way. Absolutely no way. Do give me an investigation check, because you asked, and you're kind of looking. And you guys had a time to look.
It's 18.
18. As you guys were rummaging through the bones, because as you guys push across some bones and now there's light, there's treasure here. Like, you push them off more bones and there's more treasure. So it does get some people like moving bones around, this kind of this brief excitement, this adrenaline of surviving afterwards, and you're finding treasure. You, though, Decadic, have something else in mind. After you briefly looked at the book, maybe tucked it away or not, at that time, you go and you look towards the center of the bone pile. Eventually, you do see something that is different. There is a large egg. It appears to be cracked open. It has a fleshy colored shell, and it's about the size of an equivalent an ostrich egg. for your own example, that was by the body, far away from it, but near it, close enough. And you do notice that there's some fleshy mess that's connected to the inside of this egg. If this creature did exist, you think it was a much smaller size, and it may have hatched from this single container. On the outside of the egg, you do see what appears to be symbols and signs, but as you look at them, they fade from memory. The more you look at these symbols and signs, the more you start blinking, and you, for a moment, forget you were even standing there. And you're not sure, because it's hard to remember, but it looks like that egg looked like it repaired itself a little bit as you were looking at it. You start looking at it, and you blink in your eyes and kind of shaking your head a little bit more. And wait, was it? It's now connected to itself again. Almost as if the more you stare at it, the more it feeds off your memories, the more it repairs itself.
I avert my gaze, and I'll store the shards in my haversack, not looking at them, just keeping them in storage.
Okay, you wrap them up in a black burlap sack. You tie it tight, and you put the remnants of the shells also in your haversack, with a book inside there as well.
Yeah, for the time being.
Okay, noted. So, you guys make your way out?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. You guys make your way out of what appears to be the main entrance. You have to crawl for 250 yards through dark tunnels. Eventually, you make your way out and you do break surface. The fresh air welcomes your lungs. And as you do, you find yourself in an unknown, what appears to be, there's like a walled off area. It seems to be like a 15 by 15 foot area. There appears to be like some rose bushes off to the side, and there appears to be like some magnolias over there. Most of you don't know where you are. It's walled off. You see like two different doors, one heading to another place, one heading to another, walls on all sides, stone walls. There is an open skyway above you that seems to shine in. It seems to be like an open concept garden. Smoot, as you exit, you recognize your mother's garden. You are, well, go ahead and roleplay. I won't tell you where you are, but I think you know.
I know exactly where I am. This is the ancestral garden. We should probably sweep the grounds, make sure it's safe.
Indeed. Scarlett, you want to take your headphones off, see if there's any song playing, just to be safe?
I will do that.
Since,
Pick her up by the back of her overalls.
Yeah.
Take the headphones off for a second.
Roll me a perception check.
Perception, it is.
Ask the kids if they hear any music too.
As you listen
11.
intently to the world around you. You hear wind. You hear the rustling of some bushes nearby, just from the wind, you assume. You hear maybe like some sound from the door to your east, and you think you hear some chirping birds in the distance.
All right.
Just briefly, and they're gone.
I'm not hearing anything unusual, but I am hearing, random noises, just nature and birds and whatnot, but nothing too insane, nothing too extraordinary.
Wait, birds?
Birds, wind, shrubbery, nothing.
Weren't birds the sign of the false Hydra?
How many
Yeah.
birds?
Yeah, it wasn't like a persistent, background noise beforehand.
Way more birds than you could see.
It's just a couple chirps and it's gone. There's maybe a cricket in the distance.
Normal bird song, as far as I can tell.
Well, I'm sure this telepathy is almost about up, so take that as a sign that it's should be safe now. I'll take off my own headphones.
All right. Another one takes off his headphones.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're good now.
3.
I'll take mine out as well. So
Like, oh, Scarlet, while they have their headphones off, is there anything that you want to say about them before they can hear us talking out loud? I don't know why, I just had that very mischievous thought, but it just occurred but it should be like...
Honestly, Decadic, everything I could say in private, I've already said out loud anyway. And you've all been inside my head, so you know the general gist. Gangbangs to all the way up to,
Yes,
There's
I'm
nothing.
still not familiar with that term, but I don't want to be. So
Oh,
never
I
mind.
have a handy diagram.
That's quite all right.
somewhere.
That's quite all right.
Okay.
there's some
So,
stuff.
3 of you have your headphones off. So I got the map of where you guys are. Let me pull it back up real quick. I got some plots, and that is Smoot's house. Smoot's house. Whose house? Smoot's house. What?
Everywhere you are.
Oh, come on.
I wonder how long it took to grow that large from that egg. That was
20 minutes.
quite a change.
Now, you guys, since you did go over the bone, there are a lot of bones. A ridiculous amount of bones. Most of them picked clean. Scraped with teeth. You know, like if somebody like does this to a chicken bone.
Yeah.
You know? That kind of thing.
Now,
So-
does it seem like more than the town kind of chicken bones? Or
It's difficult to say. You would think a town like this might have about 5,000 people in it, right? It's tough to tell how many people were down there.
but not
Since
like
you
a,
asked the question, though, you get the intelligence check.
okay.
Roll me intelligence to think how many people, because you've seen a lot of dead bodies before. You're from Usaria.
I got a 19.
19. Maybe 1,000 people. Maybe 1,200. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of bones.
Being an osteologist.
A lot of people, but doesn't seem like it's been picking off other surrounding towns like the village. They at least
Right.
probably stick to one area.
And the village you were in maybe had 700 people, right? And that was a large pile of bones, right? So, and this was bigger, but
Yeah.
not
Okay.
like an entire football field of people. More like, maybe
Oh.
like in 60 by 60 foot pile of bones, something rested on. There was treasure underneath, so that helped. I guess buffered a little bit.
Even with all the victims it feasted upon, that it grew so large, those creatures have a limit to how big a size they can grow to, even over a long period of time. And, well, this seemed to be a very short period of time if the eggshells were still present. Which makes me shudder to think this was in a even larger city than this, how large it could potentially grow.
Speaking of which, Tony, I don't know if that'd be an intelligence check, but rough size estimation between this town and that gnome mining town.
Okay. Yeah, roll an intelligence check. You were there for about a day. You kind of looked
Yeah.
around.
We saw it from the air too.
You
'Cause we
did
were
see it
flying
from
to
the
you
air. You
around
did
there.
see it from the air. I'll give you advantage on the intelligence.
Ooh, got a 12.
You think that might be about the same? Gnomes. The gnomes town isn't as big, but gnomes aren't as big.
Right. So it's probably not as large. A lot less
But,
product to eat.
Yeah, but there were a lot less gnomes around. When you walked around Ysaria in Hannisport, there was still a good amount of people, right? Maybe only 1 in every 4 disappeared. Instead of 1 in every 5 surviving.
Still the question of how it selected its victims. If it was just trying to feed itself, why would it have a process of selecting individuals and not simply just picking off who is most vulnerable at any given time?
Are there any, this is kind of out of character, do I see any of the little trash golems around?
Roll an investigation. Roll a intelligence check. It's another intelligence. Memory. Or investigation if you have that.
Not trained.
That's fine.
An 11 for an intelligence.
11. Still not bad. You do remember seeing a couple scattered piles around. And you do remember you had a pile back on the ship, if you were able to communicate with it.
Since we got a pretty good look at the one on the ship, can I go look at one of the piles and see if there's any major differences?
The piles were back down there. You just remember.
Oh,
you
okay.
just remember that you had saw a couple piles, and now you're kind of putting 2 and 2 together.
Okay.
See a couple. That's a good sign then. So this place should be free, but
Then, how did the measuring of people relate to the
I'll turn to one of the 3 kids we have. He's going to crouch down and talk to them. First off, how are you doing, young lads? You doing all right?
Do you speak Ysarian?
Probably not.
These are children. They're not going to speak second language yet.
I do not speak Ysarian.
You say something at the child, which in Elven sounds angelic. And the child's like, and
what Neil hears.
Nothing, because he has his headphones on.
Does anyone who doesn't have their headphones in have Ysarian?
tongues?
You have, so you cast that? Okay. Run the spell slot, and you kind of start it halfway, but you catch most of it. He says, I don't understand you. I'm sorry. I want to go.
He doesn't understand you. He says sorry.
Oh, yes. Very well. Scarlet, I feel odd trusting you with a child, but do you want to see how they're doing? Make sure they're okay, no lingering effects from their ordeal.
Sure, I will speak to this young individual.
The kid's like 10 years old, so he's like a little bit shorter than you. Because you're what, 2'4", 2'5"?
No, I'm not.
Hey, you should be taller than
3 feet? How
I'm
tall are you?
3.
Late puberty hasn't kicked in yet.
I'm 3'10".
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you're like a good head taller than this kid, right? Okay, that's good. 3'10" short, but still, you're taller than somebody in the room.
Notice we're outside, so that includes almost everyone.
Including the bush.
Excuse me, young person. My friend here has a question for you.
Okay.
What was your question, Decadic?
I just was wondering, making sure they're doing okay, and see if they could remember or recall anything from how they wound up where they were down there?
I ask him that question.
I don't know who I am. I don't remember anything. I just remember... I remember darkness. I remember being someone. I think I remember somebody's warm hand. And then I remember nothing. I remember being nothing. Being nowhere. I remember not remembering. And then there was darkness and there was pain.
Oh.
And then there was darkness and there was a room and there was some light and there was something horrid. And the kid starts crying.
Okay. There, little one. Of course I translated all of that as he said it to Decatur.
Roll me
I smack Scarlet in the back of the head.
roll me an empathy check. Wrong system. Who this? Roll me a diplomacy.
Wrong system.
Is it diplomacy this game?
No.
Persuasion. God
That
damn it! Roll me the social skill of talking good and being happy.
Persuasion.
Is persuasion in this game? Okay, persuasion.
Natural 20, 26.
All right, the kid does calm down. Right, you hold the kid in your arms. He cries. Your clothes are a little wet, right in the front, but some boogers, right?
Oh.
Almost encounter, like it's almost like, how is this kid more boogers than person, right? Like there's like remember like you were picking like a piece of pizza, right?
Yeah.
It's like that, except with a kid and like boogers, and he's fine. He just holds onto your hand,
Oh God.
and a couple of the kids also do the same. They're just
Oh,
they're
no.
holding onto you as you are the one maternal person in the room.
All right. I guess I'm gonna have to play mother to these children. They're so sticky. Ew.
If it helps, they smell horrid. They smell
Oh
they
God.
smell like dead bodies and farts.
Rutherford, did you make nose plugs as well as earmuffs?
I'm working on something. He shoves something in your face. Does this smell like chloroform?
He totally can't hear you. He has his earplugs in.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Like you talk to him and he's just like, what? I have earplugs in. You're supposed to be the smart one.
So sticky.
Right? You're not sure how the kid's got into candy, but like they touch your clothes and it's sticky. Anyway, so what do you guys want to do? You are in a 15 by 15 foot area. There is a door to your north and a door to your west. Smoot, you know the door to the north leads to the stairs leading up, which will then lead into the parents' main bedroom, and you could take the stairs down. The stairs to your west will go into the private audience chamber of your of one of your brothers. Right, he has his own side bedroom past the gardens, and there is also an area where your mother keeps basically her gardening tools. And you remember, Smoot, that she put her room there so she could constantly walk through your brother's room and check up on him. Like, I keep all my gardening stuff in your bedroom, in your closet. That's why I'm walking in the middle of the night, checking up on you.
That's why you're my favorite.
Right. Okay. So,
Well, Smoot, I didn't know. Headphones. I just point at the doors and gesture at Smoot like, which way? This way or that way?
Hang on, Doug's trying to puke. Hang on.
Tell him to stop.
Do or don't.
Scarlett, did you speak to the kids and at least figure out where they live? And if
They don't know.
they don't know.
They're so gross.
Yes, from what we gathered, it seems as though They were victims of this beast's ability to erase memories. And rather than being erased from existence completely, they were instead transformed into that strange manner of being. Don't know if it's possible to restore the memories they've lost.
Maybe.
Did we take all of the... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. You go ahead.
Did we take all of the townsfolk to a central location?
No,
we
we
talked
talked
about it,
about it. Yeah,
Then we
did.
just kind of got to the know and went, yeah, let's go see what's in here. And then, it happened.
That's right. Okay.
Went through the back way again.
So, based on what we've seen, I wonder if that creature grew so large, not just from eating people, but probably from their memories as well. So he probably got a double dose of actual food and mental food. So maybe that's what made him grow so large so quickly.
Maybe that's what it was looking for. They were looking for individuals with specific kinds of memories or potent memories that would grant it more strength or sustenance.
Maybe. I still wonder why they had to measure, though, but maybe there's method to their madness. I don't know.
Certainly at the end there, when measuring had to be irrelevant for at least eating then. Maybe not at the beginning, but...
We really need to find a place to put these sticky things. And I need new clothes.
I don't know why you're keeping them. We're back up here. Drop them off at the... I don't know. Where do you deposit small children?
How very snake of you.
This is out of...
I had a really bad answer for that. I assume there's once Smoot is done attending to the sick dog, I imagine there's an orphanage or a...
Scarlet, they're children. Don't dehumanize them like that. Just because one of them got sick doesn't... It went through an ordeal, please.
Just to clarify, I don't want any more of these pets on our boat.
They're not pets either, Captain.
Just to be clear,
I mean, if someone kept them on our boat, at that point, they would reach more of a pet status.
Captain, they wouldn't be useful. They're not even good to look at. They're just, oh God, they're sticky. They smell.
Strom doesn't hear any of this, but just based off of what they're saying, like he knows kind of what's going on. Like the captain definitely doesn't want these kids around. Decadix trying to defend the kids, and Scarlet's just disgusted.
Right, you're watching like one of those comedies, but except it's a silent picture film, but there's no like bleep of what they're saying.
I mean, I'm fine making the damn things, but I just don't want them after that. I don't need it. Why do they
flummoxed. He has the most empathy here. Why?
Oh.
Why?
Stop holding my hand! I'm not gonna hug you! No, I'm not your mother.
No!
So I swear to Jesus, I'm gonna smack a bitch.
Captain, should I contact Jace back on the ship and tell them the coast is clear, or should we investigate further just to make sure first before we bring them in?
I would say it seems fine at this point.
All
You
right.
seem to be of the same opinion. Those three over there don't seem so sure, but
Yeah.
we'll be
Yeah,
all
now
right.
that my headphones are off, can I make a check to see if I hear anything unusual?
Yeah, you can make a check to hear
Hopefully
stuff.
your check goes better.
Is that investigation or perception?
Perception is to hear things.
It's 22.
Damn.
22. Yeah, you hear some crickets. You hear like a bird in the distance. You hear like the clanging of what appears to be maybe like a wind chime in the distance. Right, your elven ears are pretty acute, especially with your keen hearing. You do hear what appears to be crying on the inside of the house. To the direct east of you.
Where there isn't a door that way, right? It's north and west that have doors?
It's north and west, yes.
Okay.
Directly to the east of you, there appears to be a window. I'll say that you have already looked inside of it. You don't see the source of the crime. What it does appear to be a large entry area. Maybe you see like some dishes, and you seem to see in the distance probably a platter on the ground that appears to be scattered, some dishes, as if somebody had dropped something. When you hear the crying, it's near the window, but below it you can't see.
Oh, yes, that's right. There was one servant still left on the estate here, wasn't there? And I'll just gently rap on the window, just be like, see if anyone reacts or approaches the window.
Okay. No reaction. Still crying. No change.
I will go ahead and call out in Ysarian if I can. Even with the tongue spell, I'm able to do that, right?
You call out in all the languages simultaneously. Basically.
Oh, okay, that's right.
They hear what they want to hear.
I'll call out like, "Hello, is anyone here? Hello."
You don't hear anything. Of course, you don't hear the crying. You don't have those elven ears. You're able to pick it up. But Decadic doesn't hear any change. I rolled like a 2 on my perception. This guy's not hearing you.
And I just heard a singular bird, just like a sparrow, making a call.
Like a single chirp in the distance. You hear more crickets and rustling of wind. It's more of like a nice, quiet afternoon, but it isn't like spring where there's like tons of animals everywhere. You do not hear that, which would be normal. You're in absence, a lack of animals in this area. Of course, you are in more of. You believe you're within the mansion, right? But you're in the middle of it. It's a 15 by 15 foot area, and it does go up 3 stories. And then there's an opening where there's like daylight that comes in.
All right. Well, cast sending then back to Jace on the ship first off.
Okay. Before you do that, roll me percentiles.
I hate it when you say that. It's my least favorite thing you say now.
I've already chosen high or low.
91.
Okay. What do you say?
Jace, everything appears well now. We seem to have taken care of the issue. Headphones can come off. Bring the ship into port.
Jace replies, Roger that. Taking headphones off now.
Kitty.
Watched Harbor Master try to kill himself. Unsuccessful. Awkwardly swam back to shore. What's going on? And then I have like one word left, and I don't know what to do with it. So.
That's one word because there's no spaces.
Yep.
Just leave them at that for now. Won't worry too much about putting the crew to work or anything until we get a better lay of the land.
Okay.
Which I guess while Smoot's occupied, should we just go inside the manor here?
Yeah, sure. whatever you guys want to do. Smoot is there in the background.
Yes. He's here. He's just taking it back. It's been a while since he's explored the rest of the house, you know. Taking it all in, the nostalgia.
Should we take the door west or the stairs up north to where daylight is?
So we're in a wall. Are we in a room?
No, you were in an open garden. Think of like a building was built around a garden.
Oh, we're in a big courtyard, basically.
Yeah,
okay.
Inside, but it's a small courtyard. It's only 15 by 15 feet.
Right.
Gotcha.
It's probably like a husband had to build a courtyard for his wife, but he didn't want her to go very far, so he built a small one inside the house.
Gotcha.
Okay, let's
Okay, I would say then
Take the
stairs
stairs.
probably go up and to more of the garden. So if you want to go inside the house, I would take the door.
I think we should finish checking out the garden, see if there's anything else in here.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead and take the stairs up. If that's okay with everybody else.
Okay.
Sure.
So you do look at the rest of the gardens. You do see some dried blood on the grass, and maybe like a finger in the bushes.
Oh boy.
Okay. Give me a second here.
The severed ear.
Yeah. So you go through the initial entry door to the north. You take that a little bit further. There is a spiral staircase leading up. This obviously, even though this is like a kind of like a, as you enter, there appears to be a bunch of gardening tools in this initial room, right? This is a gardening room. Maybe there's like some areas where there's like potted plant holders, maybe some bags of seed, that kind of thing. You take the spiral stairs leading up to the second floor. As you take it up to the second floor, this is carpeted. There's a door that leads directly in front of you as you exit the spiral area. There's also off to your right, there appears to be like a small, what appears to be a kind of like a drinking area. There's like 2 chairs, there's a table, there's a couple books. Seems to be like a off-away study. As your characters go through the main entry area, you see what appears to be a gigantic, kind of like a party room, right? And there are steps leading up and there are steps leading down. It seems to be like an in-between area where maybe the initial area is like a greeting area. This is where you would hold like a banquet, a party, you would have drinks, that kind of thing. There are no other doors leading in or out of this room. There are a few windows, one of which will look out into the gardens and down, from which you came. There are a couple windows leading out that just basically are kind of lookouts. One of them is a step-out area. If you were to open it, you would step out into a 5 foot by 5 foot area and be able to look out upon the manor yard. So what do you do?
I say, is there... And we're still outside, right?
You're still inside. You've gone into the house.
Oh, okay.
You guys said you were going into the house, so I was describing the inside.
Oh, that's what I thought that was up the stairs.
You're in a courtyard. There are a door and stairs leading into the house, which leads into a spiral staircase, which leads up, which leads into another area.
Okay, perfect. Is there like a bell pull somewhere to like if you wanted to call servants to this room?
In this area, there is. There is one by the stairs to the left wall.
Okay, Scarlet will go over there because we're looking to see if anyone's here. I'll go ahead and pull that a few times.
Okay.
Just to see if a servant comes.
Okay. How long do you wait?
I'll ask you. Anyone want to fancy a guess how long it'll take for him to get here, and how long would we be willing to wait? I'm thinking 5 minutes.
Few minutes would be fine.
All right, we will wait 5 minutes to see if anyone shows up.
Okay.
While we wait, I'll step out onto the balcony just to take a look outside, just to see if I can notice anything.
Sure. As you guys wait those 5 minutes, Decadic steps out into that outer balcony, which leads to the the west side, which is where the gate and the entry area and the big circular area where there'd be kind of like a turnabout and there's a giant fountain outside. You kind of look out there. The fountain is running. Obviously the gate is shut. There are no guards. You don't see anyone down below. The grounds are pockmarked. Not many, but you know to look for them now. You see small tunneling holes that have come out of the ground.
No sign of movement, like anyone rustling around the grounds?
Nope, not a thing. Not a rabbit, not a squirrel. One bird that you see chirping by a tree. That's about it.
One bird. Something fishy about that one bird.
Yeah, it's blue. It's a bluebird.
Ooh.
Even worse.
All right.
So Neil, we're in the ballroom in your manor now. Scarlet just pulled a bell rope to summon a servant. We thought we heard one crying.
Yeah, this is the main party room. Like if the main area is for like dinners and welcoming guests, this is where you go to actually have a party. Right?
Okay.
There are stairs leading up and down. You know the stairs that lead up lead to the main chamber area, which is your parents' bedroom, the main boudoir of the building. And you know in the other areas that you actually have to go around and get into the building are you and your brother's bedrooms, right?
Mm-hmm.
One side of the building has your bedroom and then your brother's bedroom, and the other one has the eldest brother's bedroom, which is the farthest away. Maybe a little bit smaller, but the farthest and hardest to get to because he liked his privacy.
He likes his piracy. Arr.
So you ring the servant's bell to send a servant, and no servant comes after 5 minutes.
So I know where the servants' quarters are.
Yes.
Head there.
Let's go there.
Okay. Yeah, go there. You're gonna have to go down these stairs.
Picturing PS1 Resident Evil fixed camera angles going around corners.
Ugh. Hated those.
Okay. As you go down, you know you have to go downstairs, go out the front door. Then, as you go around the building, there is a side entrance. Where the side entrance is where the servants come to, and there is the bedrooms of the servants.
Search them.
Okay. As you come down the stairs, you see stairs leading out the main front entry. You see a doorway to the main front entry. You see a doorway to the side entry. This is a big open area. This is where normally like a lot of the the art pieces are held. Basically, things that attain wealth. That other like finery for like people that waiting, a couple waiting chairs, that kind of thing. Maybe like a couple bottles of fine wines and a crying servant by the window in which you guys were from. The one servant you know still lives here. Older gentleman, and he has a bottle of wine in his right hand. Most of it's gone. He appears to be drunk, and he is crying in the corner.
Gerald was his name?
Yes.
Okay, so at this point, I'll take my earphones off.
Okay. Take your earphones off. You saw his crying, like a silent movie. Now you're hearing it. It's not loud, but it's soft. He's basically a crying drunk at this point. He doesn't appear to be having a good day. Off to the west of him is what appears to be a plate, a silver plate, which appeared to have maybe a lunch on it, or like some, maybe like a couple things he was cleaning up. It seems to be scattered amongst the floor, as if he had just dropped it and collapsed where he was.
So I walk up to him and like, did you get that wine out of the wine cellar?
Lord Smoot, this house There's blood all over it. I've seen so many people die. I don't know why I said nothing. The lady has gone missing and I thought nothing of it. Your brothers left. My wife, my young son I was training to be a butler to take over after me is gone. I saw his head get eaten, the flesh ripped off his face. Ate it.
Well, my mother is fine. We took her somewhere safe.
Huzzah! The lady is alive. Huzzah. He just kind of slumps down. He looks too sad to take his own life.
Smack him in the back of the head.
Okay.
I have a charge for you.
Roll me diplomacy, right? To rally him.
Diplomacy.
Persuasion.
Yes,
There you go.
persuasion. God damn it. Too many systems. They're gonna go to 6C, and I'm gonna get used to this one. And it's just
About a 24.
as you slap him, it seems to sober him up, right? It's almost like he anchors to his position and his job to try to regain his sanity. He kind of stands up. He's a little drunk, obviously. He's still going to kind of stumble around a little bit, but he will stand as straight as he can. He will look at you. So my lord commands. Yes, I forget myself. It is. We are still alive.
I'm giving you an important responsibility.
Of course, my lord.
We got, 3 kids?
Yeah.
Yep.
You are to take charge of these 3 children. Make sure they are clothed and fed and cared for until we can return them to their parents.
Of course, they are guests of the abode. I will treat them as if they are children, as if they are smoots.
As if they are yours.
You almost seem like he looks sad for a minute, but then he just straightens up.
You
The
have
character,
your
I'm
orders.
glad he can't understand this. Seems sad.
Right, you're looking at an Italian movie. Obviously, probably some Oscar-worthy scene happened, and you're like, meh, like an American. It's not an
Scarlett
English,
can
it doesn't
understand,
count,
though.
right?
Yeah, I can. Just get
You got the slapstick part, you didn't get the rest.
Right. Oh, this is a funny comedy. Ha, ha, ha.
Ah, yeah. Dead children. Ah.
Buongiorno, Principessa.
Oh God.
You speak Italian, the third best.
Buongiorno.
Correcto.
So, what do you guys do now? The Smoot estate is empty, right? There's like one servant and like 3 kids here, and you.
Well, that'll keep the servant busy.
Mm-hmm.
How is he going to get the house clean now?
I don't care. I don't live here.
Whoa. Well, yeah, that's true.
He's got to hire some child labor.
Yeah.
Hired. We found
See?
it. It was free.
Treat them like they're your own.
Okay. What else do you guys do?
We should probably at some point teleport my mother back.
Does she want to come back here right now? I figured you should talk to her first, maybe.
Just reach out, teleport her back.
Just grab her. Just show up. Hey, time to go. What?
Yeah.
What I'm in the bath!
Here. Bam.
Maybe you can get this estate in order a little bit first to prepare
sure.
for her arrival.
Then she can be the pillar of the community that they rally around in this time of need. You know, be the noble people. Be the noble that the people can
So
really kick around.
go ahead and discuss what you guys are going to do. I'm going to warm up my coffee, and I'll be back in like 3 minutes. Think about where you're going to go next, what you're going to do, who you're going to talk to, that kind of thing.
I'll bring it back in a sec.
All right, I'm going to warm up my coffee. Just let me know what you guys plan on doing.
Well, now that we have the children taken care of, I would like to head back to the ship and clean myself thoroughly. And do whatever else we need to do. Probably get that dragon egg off to somewheres. I imagine it's not happy being wherever it is on the ship.
Yes, down in the hold, we made a little nest area for the drake. Next to the automaton fellow that's on board for some reason. I worry how the rest of the populace is doing if this poor butler here seems to be recalling repressed memories. I imagine everyone else in town is also and maybe similarly traumatized by this.
True.
Very good point.
I don't know what we can necessarily do to help, but it doesn't feel right to simply just up and leave them.
Yeah, Smoot
This is out of character because I didn't hear it technically, but
Oh, your headphones are still on?
yeah.
Have you, like,
But
just by watching us, can you tell that we're okay?
I'll have to ask Tony.
Okay.
Because I don't know. Strom's not dealing with no magic shit, so
Yeah, perfectly reasonable. Yeah.
I've decided to wear these for the rest of my life.
Actually,
yes.
yeah, turns out.
If I can't hear the magic spells, they can't affect me.
If you go blind, you can't fall for illusions either.
Yes.
So, like, to us, this is all happening, but like to Strom, it's like, what are they doing with these weird monster creatures, and why are they?
Yeah.
Or
Why are
standing
they
in a
acting
corner
like
in a
they're
dark
high?
To Strom, they still look like monsters. We think they look like children.
That's not a servant, you guys. That's like a goblin who's malformed and dying. We're not in Smoot's house. We're still underground. What is wrong with you people?
You never turned around to look at Strom, but he's like, he's got both of his swords ready, and he's just like, "What the fuck are you guys doing?"
Oh my god!
The harbor master trying to kill himself that Jace said led me to believe that maybe it might not be a bad idea to check on people, because I think you just said this, Johnny. But what if they did try to like all of a sudden remember what happened and went insane?
You know, we might find
Like-
some people who are looking to run away from their old life and everything that just happened.
Mhm.
Or maybe they want to avenge it.
Yeah.
Yes. Maybe we can, once Smoot comes back from the blue, I don't know why he wandered off like that, we can maybe reach out to his brothers somehow, his family, see if anyone else can return to the estate to help rebuild things here.
Do you recall, has he mentioned, is his father alive?
I believe
I was actually wondering that same thing.
Actually, I don't know. Never mind. I'm not even going to try to guess.
Are we going to go to Scarlett's family home next?
We
go to Scarlett's family home?
Okay.
We'll have Rutherford and Scarlett go back to
Just head back to Brillia, sail down to Mississippi.
Scarlett, I'm getting the vibe you don't want to go home.
Which just makes me want to go all the more.
I don't know what
gosh.
you're talking about. We should take care of this egg and go to Joestown, go to Lonely Mountain. We shouldn't go anywhere else for any other reason.
I will say we've had a couple of awful fights against the Falls Hydra and all that. So either somewhere in town if there's a decent spot, but most likely there's a traumatized populace, so they probably won't be good for it. We'll go somewhere else and we'll take a day to get a little R&R, some good personal treatment here.
Are you mocking the sightseeing of this fine establishment?
I'm figuring that
Oh.
We were discussing it. It sounds like since people are getting their memories back, people here are probably kind of traumatized and all that. And what are we going to do with the people, or what are they going to do? What's the shape that they're looking at?
This place is a total downer, right?
Yeah.
Total downer.
So, like, I don't know if I want to go to a place to have fun where these sad sacks are.
Right. Where's Neil? Neil,
He said he'd be right back, and then now he's not on the box anymore. So who knows?
Yeah. I know it's something with his
Are you metagaming
dog or
his Oblivion stuff?
what?
Is this some metagame stuff with the Oblivion cult? Have you erased Smoot?
Who are you talking about? Neil? I've never heard or seen this Neil individual before.
He erased the player, not the character.
Would be the first time.
Smoot exists. Neil does not.
Captain, I say we gather the townsfolk here. Actually, I can cast Skyrite as a ritual. I could try, I don't know, making like
Need
cloud.
counseling?
Well, like if you wanted to like gather people
Gather at
like
Smoot
here or their
Estate.
central location, it could like make a cloud formation that like catches their eye so they know like, hey, come here.
A big skull.
Probably
notice.
not.
Yeah, because that's
What?
And then point in the direction away from the estate.
I was thinking more like the Smoot family crest or something, whatever that happens to be.
2 dead hookers on a pile of dead hookers.
Hey,
was gonna-
DM, we were discussing, and Smoot's not here. Do you know if it's come up? Does Smoot have a dad that's alive? What's the situation with that guy?
Yeah, he has a father. His father's alive. Well,
All right.
he believes
Donde?
his father's alive.
Está tu padre.
Where is that guy? He should probably be concerned about his wife and hometown.
Yeah.
Probably. You might have to talk to Smoot about that one.
Smoot doesn't seem too concerned either, though, so it might just run in the family.
I was gonna
He's just
speaking.
wandering the halls.
It's mostly the poor people, right? In this
Right.
What's this?
Yes,
Wait,
it
there's
was,
this typewriter he was using. What does it say? All work and no play makes Edwin a dull boy. All work and no play makes Edwin a dull boy.
Oh, dear God.
Nothing over and over again. There we go.
So
If his mom is Shelley
I've-
Duvall, I can understand why he left.
I mean, yeah.
Ugh.
I've had my headphones on. Do I notice anything out of the ordinary with how the folks have taken their headphones off are acting?
Roll me an investigation check.
No, I was gonna say strong. Scarlet doesn't know where her parents are because they're on a riverboat. So they might be in Berelia, but there's a boat. So good luck.
So we need to track down a boat.
And that's
Okay.
a boat on a river. That's gonna be so easy to find.
Get that.
Compared to
Are you
a boat on
familiar
the
with
ocean, yeah. You just follow the line until you find them.
Just send him
Shut
a
up.
message. Someone should know how to find him in Brillia, right?
Yeah, sure.
I rolled an 8.
I mean, you're having trouble telling, but you definitely think Decadic looks sus.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
All right, leaving them on.
Something about
Ain't
the
coming off
twitch in
yet.
his ears, right? You're just like... Something about the way he thinks he's seeing things. You're just not... something's off.
We were talking about earlier
All right.
how he sees us really there, and it's like we're just doing horrible things.
You think we're talking
You've
to children?
actually murdered the children.
So.
And we've used their bodies. We're carrying the bodies around. The children are dead.
Well, Smoot, are you alive? Are you back? There you are. Hey, buddy. You're zoomed out on us there. So
Yeah.
where's your father anyway? The other lord of this keep.
He's in the capital,
I thought this was the capital.
I think.
Yeah, you're pretty certain he's there, Smoot.
It's usually where he is.
Geography's not my strong point.
Oh, and what's
that
the
capital?
Smoot coat of arms?
Do you have a family crest of sorts, Smoot? A symbol?
Bottle of hard alcohol.
Dead hookers on a pile of dead hookers.
It's a rampant lion standing on top of a tankard,
Oh.
and underneath it says, "The world is not enough."
Then I will step back out onto the balcony and I'll ritual cast Skywrite to make that image in the clouds, hoping the townsfolk remaining see it and maybe come towards the keep.
Okay.
But yeah.
They'll look up and go, "Goddamn Batman!"
Make me a
Off the wagon again.
Give me a performance check. Right, this is artistry.
Oh dear. Well, my performance isn't terrible. But yeah, that's an 8.
Okay.
Such lack
It's on
of
stick figure
confidence.
theater.
Clouds are difficult, right? To do complicated sigils in. Right? Maybe like
especially when you're
simple
casting like
words.
below it, trying to like finagle it to like how will
Right.
it look when you see it from a distance.
And like the air goes in like 3 different directions, right? Depending on like what level of air it's at. Wind might be going this way. The air feels like it's going this way. You don't think you made a dick, but other people think you made a dick.
Decadic.
Feeling a little shafted.
Like, you definitely got like a sigil. Like you have an outline, but it's more like a circle. And then it could be an arrow. It could look like an arrow. You could totally say that's an arrow.
Decadic.
Which, knowing Smoot, the townsfolk could be like, huh, yeah, I guess Smoot's back in the keep still.
Them Smoots at it again.
All the women are like, "Yeah, he's back."
Half
the
of them
dick
lining
signal.
up, half of them running away.
The signal will stay up there for probably about 30 minutes, and then the winds will kind of disperse it a little bit, right? As it
Yep.
carries, it'll.
That was a fat dick.
It's a half job.
It'll slowly get
Ooh.
smaller as it condenses.
It happens with age.
Shrinkage.
Right.
It's cold up there.
Anyway, enough about the artistry.
Okay,
in the sky.
Costanza.
What else do you guys do? You guys are still in the middle of the Smoot estate. Beautiful house, by the way. Outside
You
of
just search the house, make sure nobody else is there.
Stare at the sky for a
There's no
little
one
bit
else
longer.
there. You do see smatterings of blood every once in a while. Right? You do see piles of stuff just laying about. Right? Obviously, the remnants of a golem. You do see parts of the estate are unkept because there were less servants to upkeep those areas. Some of the food has gone bad, right? Because no one upkept your brother's area or your area. Obviously the gardens are a horror show. But outside of that, it looks fine, right? There's a hand streak of blood across the family portrait, which appears like maybe somebody got attacked. And as they were being dragged away, they kind of tried to hold on to something. The portrait is a little off kilter, and there's some scratches across it and a little bit of blood.
Oh, that was Teddy.
Yeah.
That happened before he left.
Oh,
Don't ask.
there you
It was already there.
Okay.
Yeah, just that was out.
Can I do a check to see if I can smell rotting flesh or decaying flesh?
You have the scent ability. I'll give it to you. You don't smell decaying flesh, but you do smell the lingering of blood because you had picked that up some time ago.
Okay.
So there might have been some blood here, but obviously something was hungry enough where it gathered up most of the pieces it could get hold of.
So, Smoot, if your father is in the capital, should we sail there next to alert him so that he knows to return and resolve matters here?
Probably. Sounds good to me.
Otherwise, I
we've
don't
got the
know
servant
the
with the
man,
kids.
so I can't message him directly to let him know.
Yeah, the kids have been dropped off. We can go back to the ship. Yeah, I agree. Let's go. Deliver this message to his. Are we gonna teleport his mother back first, or go?
Let's leave her where she is.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's happy.
Mother will be happy to
Go on, Brooke.
look after her for the time being. There's no rush there.
I just want to make sure we cross that off.
But we
So,
do still
tell-
need to go back as well.
What's
to-
his name? The servant to
Dragon Egg.
get the place ready for Mother.
He will be happy to have a task. He seems, though he's a little drunk, he seems very happy to have something to do.
There
Something to
should
take
be a
his
spell
mind.
that does that.
I want this whole place shipshape.
Of course, sir. We shall make it ready for a senator.
Excellent. We shall return.
Okay.
Is it still early in the day? Still, what time of day is it?
It is, by the time you guys gather up the treasure, gathered up, got to this point, it's about early afternoon. It'd be like 11:30. Because you guys got there early in the morning. You guys got up to there. You guys crawled in, you guys fought the Hydra, gathered the treasure, explored Smoot's estate, and now you're here. It's easily been 4 or 5 hours.
Okay. So head back to the ship.
Okay.
Yeah, unless there's anyone else in town you wanted to speak to first.
I can swing by the blacksmith shop.
Okay.
Talk to her.
That is on the other side of the river, but yeah, you can do that. You're going to have to walk past your ship, go there, and then come back.
Yeah.
But yeah, you
It's
can,
Or we board the ship, cross the river, get off the ship, push the guy that comes down the dock, take the toll in the water again.
That's a good point.
then-
I don't think I actually told Jace which side of the river to dock on.
He's going between the
It's a
two.
ship. We can figure it out.
He got it stuck.
roll me a
Shit.
dice. Roll me a dice. I've chosen even or odd whether he lands on your side. We're holding up fingers on what type. If it's a 2, it's even. If it's a 1, it's odd. Go ahead and roll it, and we'll see.
Oh, roll to get it stuck.
Okay. That's a 1.
Okay. So as you head towards the dock, some things are very apparent to you. 1, strong. You have scent. You smell gore every once in a while, right? There have been some horrible things that have happened in this town, and it's been less cleaned up than people remember it have been at the time. But now they're coming to the horrid realization. As you guys walk from the estate to the central Dallas Street, walking down it, it is kind of a ghost town, right? You hear people in houses as you pass by, crying, screaming at each other. You eventually do pass by the barber shop, and the barber is sitting in there, just sitting in his chair. The chair is turned towards the other chair. You can't see his face, but you see the back of his head. As you begin to walk past towards the harbor, both bridge sides are up. The gates, the guards are not to be seen. At this point, you don't see much of people. When you do see a person, they run off inside. Shut and lock the door. You see, as you go up to the harbor, you see your ship on the opposite side of the harbor. It is docked. There's no one around it. You see a lack of people. You know them to be around, but they're probably not coming out right now. What do you do?
But we do see our crew.
You see your ship, you see your crew, they're there. There's another boat that's there too. There are some people offloading stuff, and they're kind of looking around, like they're kind of like, "Where the fuck's the harbor master? Like, we have stuff to unload." There's another ship that's there, and you don't see anyone near it or around it.
Don't see any guards nearby to lower the bridge.
Nope, they do not appear nearby. As if they've abandoned their post.
Okay. So, we're going to find some, like, pots. Big metal pots that we can bang together.
Sure. Roll me... okay, go ahead.
And we're going to walk through the town. And we're going to gather people.
Okay.
Scarlet, did you think to bring your pipes with you today?
Not those pipes.
Which instrument do you want? I've got harp, I've got pipes.
All of them. The silence is unbearable.
What other items do we
It is unbearably silent in the town. There is a lack of animal noises.
I have a dulcimer, a flute, a lyre, and my harp.
Small lyre. I didn't do it.
I know we're not proficient in them, but you want to pass this out to us and we'll just start making noise and get people's attention?
Just be careful with my instruments.
Okay.
And I'll walk at the head of our little procession.
Okay.
Making sure that the family coat of arms is good on my shield.
Okay. So every single swinging dick, roll me a performance check. As you guys create a marching band through the town with Strom at the head, right? That guy with like the staff and the shield, just like ha ha ha.
So instead of playing something, could I like yell at the crowd, at the people? Yeah. Come on out! Join us! Gather together! We need to
roll me a. Is it persuasion? Persuasion in this game. You roll me persuasion. Everyone else rolls performance.
Oh, I'm going to use luck on that.
Okay.
Because fuck that.
That's what that field is for.
Natural 20.
Okay, 26, and you're proficient, right?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
So you can have more than 3 successes.
Seriously.
Oh, wait. I'm half proficient. Never mind.
You're only half proficient in performance? You're a bard.
I know. I don't understand, but that's just how it is.
Can I use luck a third time?
Yeah, you can. You can keep re-rolling luck. You have as many as you have dice.
This is my last one. So, much better. 25.
Okay. I'm not seeing your rolls in the roll room.
I don't see him either.
Yeah, neither do I.
Talking about me?
No, it's talking about Smoot.
Well, really? Further up I do. I don't see the one he just did.
Yeah, the last one I see, you have the persuasion check of 24.
I see a 24. That's fine. Anyway, it's still... So you have the 26, which is 3. Half proficient allows you 1 more, so that's 4. Decadic got an 8. Zorkan got a 7.
15 for me.
Smoot, you got a 15. Hey, good for you.
Who?
Strom
did.
And then you got a 24? Or 25? You're proficient?
Oh, yeah.
You get more than 3 successes. Okay, that's 9 successes amongst the lot of you.
Yeah.
People begin to come out. Roll me percentiles. Smoot, roll these. Smoot gets to roll these since it's his town. His town, his plot, his roll.
59.
59. 59 people come out of their homes. A decent gathering. You gather a bunch of people on Dallas Street. You are standing atop a topless carriage on Dallas Street, right beside the grassy knoll. They have come to you to hear what you have to say.
I feel like I have eyes in the back of my head.
That's right. A bookstore in the distance.
And we just made a parade.
Oh God!
So, Snoop,
Well,
what is
it's been
your
nice knowing
what
you.
is your last words? I mean, what are you saying?
Where's Lee Harvey Oswald?
He's around.
People, we need to return from the horrors that have inhabited our town. We need to check on our neighbors, our friends, our family. Help them. Bring them together as in a community, as I know we have in the past. We need to rebuild and make things better than they were before. What say you?
Okay.
Yeah!
Roll me a persuasion with advantage. You are a lord in your town. You have drawn everyone to you. You've done very well at that. So.
Okay, with advantage,
Yeah.
I'm going to stick with the 24.
24. People begin cheering. They were sad to begin with, right? Sunken eyes, looked like they hadn't slept in a while. Obviously, it had a bad day. As you say this, they begin to be hopeful. I
also put in there, we've defeated the evil, it's gone, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're happy. You definitely have communicated well that you've defeated whatever has been going on. And you've given them something to do. They start going out. They start knocking on doors. Some of them start grabbing pots and pans and slamming around and saying, "The evil has been destroyed. Lord Edwin Smoot and his hirelings have killed them."
Hirelings. Just remember, I'm not paying you guys.
And basically,
Don't pay us anyway.
you have 59 people that are going around the east side, and they seem to be gathering up people, and they seem to be trying to raise morale.
I declare tonight East Side Night.
Okay, that's it. We're out of here.
Great.
We're
We're all
gone.
going to get drunk, throw up on my porch, and then knock on my door and ask for an 8-ball of Coke. Great.
Here's that day of relaxation I was calling for.
Bless you,
Exactly.
George. Bless you.
Okay.
Glad I
So
live
we'll
on
get
the
everybody
side
back
now.
to some form of functionality.
Party at Smoots.
Eventually, your ship does come to the other side of the port.
They could just send the rowboat.
Hoping that we get stuck.
It's been a long day. Send the whole damn ship over here.
We're
Actually,
tired.
we took the rowboat in the first place.
Now we
Right.
took the one that was on the river.
That's
Because didn't we?
Didn't we?
Time we
We
came
left
in,
because we left their ship in the
Wanna
we
have
left
the
our
boat
ship in the
in,
middle
so
of
we
the river
longboated
just in
up.
case.
Oh, we did. So our longboat should be on this side.
Yeah. Oh, do you guys want to take the longboat to the other side?
Yeah.
we're gonna
Okay.
get under. All right.
So the ship is parked there. You take the longboat. The people on the ship kind of look at the other side like, "Oh, they were over there." Oh. Okay. Jace is just kind of like, and he seems to have like some guy that's next to him in brightly colored robes, soaking wet, and the guy's like tied up.
Oh,
Is that what's his
He
face?
has your best
yeah.
friend Serge.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
definitely.
I'm going to go up to him. I'm going to look at him and be like, "You have a choice. You can go in the water untied, or you can go in the water tied.
Tried to kill himself.
Either way, you're going in the water."
Smoot is that you, sir?
Oh yeah, you're going in the water.
My sister loved you. She called your name out when she died. I remember
Great.
when it ate her.
Get off my boat. Intimidation.
Oh yeah. He's fucking.
okay,
intimidating.
Harrison Ford.
Ah!
How about a 24?
Oh yeah, no, he's fucking bolting it. He flings off some ropes and he jumps off it. Well, he was lightly tied,
Oh,
So-
okay.
Lightly tied. Lovingly tied.
lovingly tied. It was basically held together with like mage hand, right?
Mm.
And once Jay saw that you had him in hand, he was like, "All right, yeah," and he goes off the side of the ship, and then he swims to
I don't care.
Later on down the road, yeah. Giving a monologue which you do not hear. I will get you. I declare a blood feud. I'll meet you tomorrow at noon to solve this, or I'll get
Here,
you
hold this chair.
So just to double check, does Surge look
Here's a
anything
barrel.
like Lee Harvey
No.
to the rest of us?
Like I'm starting to see how Smoot gets so many enemies.
I have a
He looks
theory.
more like Jack
Ignore
Ruby.
them.
Oh, then he should take care of this problem for us, right?
After we subdue him.
So,
These are just people he's unintentionally pissed off.
Okay, so this ship that's at the other dock,
Mhm.
what are they unloading?
they seem to be unloading crates of supplies. Appears to be maybe like metals, cotton, and other material goods. This are unloading on this side of the dock, and this is the manufacturer's side. Mostly base manufacturer stuff like cotton for the cotton gin and the cotton mill. Some metals to be refined into bars, just raw materials.
Okay, who's in charge on this side of the river?
Well, he's swimming down the river.
You just chased him off the ship.
Who's second in command on the side of the river?
He was the second command. The first
I was
command
gonna
got
say he was.
Who's third in command?
Who's anybody
There's
else?
nobody left.
As you look at yourself, you're like, oh,
Hey, you're a lord of the town. You can just promote
you
someone.
are the highest
Yeah.
ranking member of this town.
Okay, get the bagpipes letter. We have the parade.
Went great the first time. I could go around this time.
Exactly.
There is a mayor, right, who it does assist in the day-to-day when the town doesn't have to do things. But
Perfect.
But you have trouble remembering his name or his face.
Uh-oh.
So he's probably dead.
And you try to think about the next person, and you have trouble remembering his name and his face.
Let's go find the blacksmith. She seems capable.
Okay. Blacksmith of the Tempered Anvil, Isabella Hart. She is at the blacksmith shop. She has a horrified look on her face, but she isn't surprised. She kind of knew. On this side, there are a couple people. They have made their way past the drawbridge. The drawbridge has been laid down, and they're banging pots together, trying to rally the people, let them know that the evil has been slain by Lord Smoot and his hirelings.
So go up to Isabella.
Okay.
You're in charge here now. You're the mayor.
I'm the mayor.
Yes, you're the mayor. Start rallying the people. Start rebuilding.
Congrats.
Make sure everyone's okay. Get to it.
Yes. Yes, my lord. What you command. I will do such. Do you have something official? Some kind of sigil or some writings that I can present? People may not believe me. I mean, I am...
Take one of the cloak pins off and here.
Right. Oh, wait, she is Goliath in nature. So I forgot that she had more of a rough and tumble voice.
Whatever.
Yes, but yes, I will command the people, and I will let them know. I will do my best.
I know you will.
My husband is probably dead.
If for nothing else than to make up for providing armor to the enemy.
You are merciful, my lord. I will do what I can, and if you can, kill the son of a bitch.
That is a given.
And if you can, here, drive this knife into his heart, and she'll hand it to you.
Okay. Sure.
Let me see what knife it is.
The knife of kill stealing.
If only a knife where if you stab them, you take the credit for the kill.
Doesn't matter how early or late you do it.
Right? That's
Wait
all
a
it
minute.
does. It just lets you get the credit for the kill.
That if you stab someone, you would normally get the credit.
Not with this tiny
No,
little pocket
no.
knife.
You have to stab them once in the combat. You didn't get the final blow, but everyone thinks you did.
Get the credit.
You poke their arm,
Credit.
run off
Yeah.
somewhere else, and then as you're fighting someone, or you even left, you've gone across the world, doesn't matter. He dies the next duration. Right before he dies, a little laser shoots out of the sword and travels all the way to him and just hits
Wait a
him
minute.
very noticeably, so no one thinks it was the final blow. It was something else. It was
Or he
definitely-
dies of old age.
Like, yeah, just before you hit the enemy, like a rock falls and like a little tiny knocks it just enough. 1 hit point of damage, but it kills it. It's like, oh, Snoop got the credit for that.
Yeah.
When you're
He wasn't
leveling up
even
your
there.
weak Pokemon, you send them out first and bring them back so your legendary can finish them off.
Mhm.
You still get
XP
experience.
Legitimate strategy.
You don't need it anymore. Experience share is always on for your whole team. Now you grind the whole team
That's-
without even pretending to.
That's right. I forgot about that. We'll never know
Back
how
in
hard
my
it was.
day,
It is
There were only
it is a
150 Pokemon.
It
there
is-
weren't even running shoes.
it is a vicious dagger.
Okay.
If you roll a 20 on it, you do an extra 7 damage.
Okay.
It is made of adamantine, so it bypasses damage reduction.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Vicious dagger.
Vicious. It's a vicious adamantine dagger, but vicious dagger, just note that it is made of adamantine for damage reduction purposes and immunities. Some creatures can only be killed by an adamantine weapon, which is basically star metal, right?
Right.
Mostly aboleths, other creatures like that. You need star metal to kill a star creature. Okay.
I really wonder why he had some version of himself at that lizard town with the smaller one, but not one here. Was it because this one was more self-sufficient, maybe, or maybe he operated more out of the other one versus this one was rather tucked away. You probably couldn't have gotten very in and out of that one as well.
Right.
Excellent question, Captain. Why,
Well, not only
why
that-
is there no- Go ahead.
Not like that, there was also where those dogmen were stationed too. He was directing them and using village as a waypoint or headquarters. And there have been reports of the dogmen wandering and raiding farther than they typically do.
You do remember that from a couple games ago.
Yeah. Definitely seems we'll have to go visit the Beastman lands if we wish to find out more about, well, if we wish to find Lee Harvey Oswald.
Smoot, since I'm somewhat familiar with him, or at least have seen him before, I could attempt to send a message to him if you want me to pass along anything to him.
Who can scry?
Adic.
I can.
If I have it prepared, I can. Let me double check.
We haven't really fully stopped to rest since the fight, so I certainly don't have any scries in me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't have the slot
Scarlet
for it
Tiger.
anyway.
Okay.
Let's turn in early for the night.
But that is,
I think that might be a good idea.
I need quill sharpener. I need a bottle of oil. I need a hot bath, and I need 2 other people
yeah.
and some
Not
and
it.
some fruit.
That's how that works, right? You say not it, finger on the nose to avoid being roped into whatever this is.
I thought it was thumb on the forehead.
I'll do both just to be
I've
safe.
goes. All right, fine. I'll just take quill sharpener and some bath oil
Don't wear him out.
and some fruit.
And all the vitamin E you can find.
I would like to have a chat with quill sharpener when I get the chance.
Okay. You have a side conversation with Quill Sharpener. That's fine.
Yeah.
You can try to rope somebody else in if you want. You know of one who isn't either gay, married, or allergic to halflings, which is still the funniest thing to roll on a character generation for NPCs.
Damn it!
Presumably, Scarlet wouldn't know them anyway because they would probably keep their distance from Scarlet.
Which is fucked up. I've rolled up at least 100 NPCs, and I've rolled into allergic to halflings like 3 times. Whoever wrote this in just made that a thing. So
That's awesome.
And really, it's not the halflings themselves you're allergic to; it's the toadander.
So, is there anything else?
I'll join you tonight, Scarlet.
Oh.
Whoa! All right. Jay Sargona would also probably be willing to jump into something, but
something.
You started that, so yeah.
Yes, remind me, just sketching some ideas here.
Oh, yeah.
Can I show you my etchings?
Does anyone else want to do anything in town while they're here?
We've got a government up and running. People are helping each other.
Okay.
I think we're good for right now.
Okay.
I'm going to turn in.
You guys turn in for the night. There are obviously rooms at the inn. More rooms in the inn than they thought they had originally.
I'm going to sleep on the boat. It's probably cleaner.
Yeah, sleep on the boat.
I'm going to sleep on the on Quill Sharpener.
Nice.
The boat.
Everyone sleeps within fireball range. I love it. So
before and I'd probably take a look at the book again at some point.
Ooh, somebody's staring at the book. I like it. Okay,
that's what I do.
So go ahead, Scarlet. What did you need outside sex stuff? That is Fade to Black.
Yeah. After the Fade to Black, Quill Sharper and I will be just chilling in my quarters. I'll be like, hey, so Quill Sharpener, I realize we've been together for a while now, and I was just was a little concerned. It's been a while. We just haven't caught up. With your age, your past, where you've been before you came here.
I mean, where I've been before here, I don't know if that's too important. I mean, I've been from Wanragon, Valadoon, Astoria. I've been in Rokugan. Spent a little time in Quicksilver as a slave. That wasn't so fun. Then back to Rokugan, Forelis. Spent a little time, with the Khazadunians, right? Did a little stint in Visteria. Just been a little bit of everywhere. Been all over the world.
That's quite an expansive resume of travel. I wonder, how did you find the time to do so much travel?
Time is a relative construct. It's tough to explain. We've spent a lot of time together. We've gone through a lot of things. Being kidnapped, being not kidnapped, being kidnapped, being not kidnapped. Reminds me of the story about the Scooby of the Doos and some Daphne lady. It's a hard thing to tell. I mean, I'll be honest. I felt a lot of things for a lot of people. Been married 3 times.
Oh, have you?
I have. Raised 3 families. Watched 2 of my sons grow old and die.
That's a burden to bear. How have you managed to live this long?
How I've managed? It's complicated. It's complicated. I'm going to tell you a secret if you can keep it.
Are you telling me as a patient to a doctor? Or are you telling me as my ookie cuddle lump of wumpus?
The second. To be honest, I've been around the block a little bit longer than you have, and most people can't excite me the way you have. They can't tickle the berries, right?
That reminds me. I need to get some berries for later.
I'm 456 years old.
What's the average lifespan for a halfling is? What,
65, 70? They live a little bit less than a human.
Oh, okay.
They mature quicker. They get to, by 10 to 15 years old, they're fully grown. So kind of just like subtract like 1/5 off a human's life.
Yeah. Wow. Oh. And here I was thinking well, that's quite an age to achieve there.
A long time ago, before Tortistra was even a country, I lived in a village. The village was killed, destroyed in a horrific tornado, burning tornado. I prayed that I would be spared, and I would do anything if I was spared from it. Turns out that tornado was in fact a djinn from the Blade Desert, coming to harvest souls for his lord, Maladak, the Forgotten King. He spared my life, and he gave me all the souls he harvested that day and added it to my lifespan. In return, if I did something for him every few years. Which is coming up a little bit quicker than I wanted to.
And what is this thing you have to do every so many years? Pray to someone, buy a gift, or...
What would you do to live if you knew you were going to die? If you had the consumption and you knew it was going to kill you?
Oh, my. Well, I guess I would, if it came down to, I guess I wouldn't really change much. I would still live the life of pleasure I have. Maybe I would abandon the medical practice, but I certainly would satiate the appetites I have.
You're a better soul than me. I have to kill an innocent person every 2 years. I have to slit their throat in front of an empty book. Let their blood spill into it and pray to the Forgotten King. Blood gets absorbed into the book, and I light the book on fire. And I get to live another couple years. I've lived 456 years. I'll let you do the math. I don't want to do it anymore, to be honest. I never liked doing it in the first place. I just feel trapped. I don't want to die. I don't want to be eaten by the djinn. But I don't know what to do. He's in the Blade Desert. I know where he is. But what can I do about it? I was happy just, living life. Occasionally having to do something bad every couple of years. Like a juice cleanse, but terrible.
Well, what age were you, or what age did you lose your soul at?
17.
Okay. I could see where if we were to release you from your predicament, the djinn may award you a few years after that. I definitely don't want to lose you just yet. I have had quite a few partners in my time. You've been the most consistent and the most flexible, figuratively and literally. But I definitely feel that we should look into helping you in your time.
I've got 8 months till I got to do it. 8 months. If I don't do it, I die. And to be honest, I don't know if I want to do it again. I've struggled with it every year. I got close once to calling it off, but I started aging. And I started feeling myself fade away, and I just didn't want to go away forever.
What do you what is the criteria for innocent?
They gotta be a good person. You don't have to be a saint, but it can't be a criminal. Can't be somebody evil.
I've
done a lot of bad things. If something bad happens to me, I'll accept it. I'm at the point where either I deal with it or I own up to what I've done, or both. And even after, if I own up to it, I'm still willing to own up to what I've done. I can't do it anymore.
We all have things that we'd rather not revisit. Yours more so than mine. I'm glad that you have shared this secret with me. I think I'll have to ponder this for a while. I may have to ask the captain if there's anything he'd be willing to do for you.
If you ask the captain, please, if he can keep it secret, if he can keep it safe, just tell him I'm cursed or something. But if you're gonna tell him or others, just drive a dagger in me and just end it. I just don't want to die of old age. I'd rather you kill me.
I will keep it secret and safe.
I appreciate it. I only say this once every 60 years, but I think I might have feelings.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's really cool, buddy.
Okay.
You know what? We've come to a good stopping point. Why don't we circle back at this on a later time?
All right. Does that still mean I'm duct taped to the wall?
Oh no, that's not tonight. We're going to. We already did the bad things. I'm pretty satisfied right now, but later we'll get those berries and we'll see what happens. I also had an idea about dressing up as Shark.
Well, anyway, fade to black on that one.
Can we hard cut to black, please?
Yeah. It's more like like a blinking, like it's gone. Decadic.
We're gonna violate so many copyrights.
Yeah,
so hard.
I'll return to my quarters and take out the little cloth wrapping with the eggshells and the incorporeal seeming book.
Okay.
That's awesome.
So you begin to, well, what do you do? What do you do with it? You have them out. They are there. They are fuzzy, almost as if you need to wear glasses, but you know you don't need to. Not with your elven eyes.
I'll keep the eggshells in the cloth, having noticed that they seem to be reforming. I'll just flip through the pages of the book, not like trying to like read anything that's written there, but just like to see if it all like seems to like become more material or if it just stays translucent.
Go ahead and make me an intelligence saving throw. Do you have the keen mind feat?
Yes, I took that the last level.
Oh shit. Okay. You can roll with advantage.
Let's see. That's pretty good. That's even better. 26.
Jesus. 26. Let me pull up the... let me close up that one. Let me pull up this one. Desktop. This is plots. I have to pull up a book real quick. Ah, God! It popped up on the main screen. Okay. As you begin to look at this book, you start flipping through it. It for most minds, it would be hard to grasp. But you have, as a wizard, you have focused your mind to memorizing things, to not forgetting. And knowing what you're going into, you have prepared your mind for such. As you begin to flip through the books, obviously they begin to fade from view as you read them, but you start grasping pieces of it. This book is more than just a faded remnant of a book, more than just some unseen evil holy text. It's something else. It's as if something is obscuring it, trying to erase it from existence. But unsuccessfully doing such. You're able to make your way through the mirage and through the effort of some external force trying to destroy this book. You're obviously not able to read it or utilize it, but you are able to make out that what you hold in your hand is a codex. A codex of power. You're not sure which one. As you read pieces of it and you grasp it and you understand the power that this codex has, it begins to fade from your mind. Some external force is obscuring or just trying to erase this codex from existence. But it itself, as a 10th level spell, is resisting that erasure. You're not sure which codex this is or what it's doing, but you know that it is fighting being erased.
In that case, I will unlock the chest I got a while ago and put the book and the bundle of eggshells in there with the Book of Hester that I secured so long ago.
Okay.
Keep it safe.
It's a bunch of evil in one box. I like it.
At least it's all in one place.
As you put the eggshells there, it says in the book, "What's up? How you doing?" No, just kidding. But still, yes, you put it all away, and you have learned something significant about it. You're not sure what's going on to it, but pretty certain you have one. You're just not sure what's been cast over it. You think it might be magical, but it's very complex. It erases itself as you're looking at it.
I've since learned better not to read too much into these literally. So yeah, I'll just keep it safe for now.
Okay. So, anyone else have anything tonight?
I want to take the skull down to the Drake.
Okay. What was the Drake's name? I forgot to listen to that part of the last episode. I think
Nagu, I think.
Nagu.
Yes, Nagu.
Nagu, thank you. You can put that name on there. I've added him to your character sheet. As you bring the skull down to Nagu, what do you say? He recognizes what it is.
I'm actually not going to say anything.
Okay.
I'm going to have it in my hands, walk toward him, and kneel down in front of him and sit it between me and Nagu.
Okay. Kind of half wraps his body around it. He puts his head on top of it. And he kind of just makes this noise. Kind of like a... It's an unhappy noise. But he just kind of rests his hands on it. If a crocodile had tears, he would cry. But he does not.
Okay. I'm gonna let him cry for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Let him mourn.
Okay.
And then I want to tell him, I will take you to Joso, to Rokugan, to my home, where you can be taken care of, and the egg will be taken care of too.
Okay. He doesn't respond, but you can tell that he has received the message.
Okay. And then once I've said that, I'll just get up and slowly walk out.
Okay. Anybody else have anything tonight? Okay. I'm going to grab some whiskey. You guys can hit the long rest button, and officially, you're all level 13. If you haven't leveled up, you can level up now.
Wait, I'm going to take a quick break myself.
Okay. We'll take a 5-minute break, and we'll meet right back here. And we will begin with the next day. Think about where you're going to go, what you're going to do, and how you're going to do it. After these messages.
So, what do you guys think? Want to go to Joso first or to the capital over here?
Yeah, capital.
Okay.
If you,
That's fine with me, either one.
I had to, honestly, whichever one's closer.
Closer
I
is
think that
going to be this, but teleport might work, but I don't know where we'd end up because I certainly don't know Bear Clan area or where it would be most appropriate. I could only really go to like Joso.
The one reason why I would say maybe not the capital would be if Tony has it written up or not.
That's a fair question or fair point. At least make that like closer to the end so it's easier.
I would like to go to the capital at some point, but maybe if Tony doesn't have anything written up, maybe we wait for maybe a week.
Yeah, it'll be coming.
That's a good point.
That's fair.
I'd be
That's fine because we can hold off there and go back to Rokugan for a hot minute.
And then
but then are we going to try teleporting to Rokugan, or are we going to boat there?
Well, how bold are we feeling? It's going to take a bit of time to boat there again, because when we boated here, it was, we took the safest way, and that took us like 2 weeks or something.
Mm-hmm. That's right. I wouldn't mind getting in some downtime.
Is our Hearthstone ready to go?
Right now, no. I need to ask Tony, by the way, too, on how I get at least one D3, so let's see. We'll do a D4. We'll throw out 4.
I was going to say,
I got 2 charges.
Teleport to Joe, so then we can always come back using the Hearthstone.
Okay, I have at least 2 charges on the teleport helmet now. And now I've also got Dream. Dream.
What's that do?
Lets me basically send a message to anyone, but in a dream. It just goes one way. This one doesn't have anything about if it can be stopped by non-detect or anything like that, because it doesn't give me any knowledge of their whereabouts or even any communication except for me saying one thing to them. Let's see. Let's see, and I can either use it on my... Oh, I can't contact elves with it, though, because they don't sleep.
Oh, yeah, they just
show up in their dream. Yeah.
That's a nice little hitch.
And the messenger, let's see. You give it to a messenger or yourself, and while you're in a trance, then they deliver it. They appear in the target's dream and can converse with the target as long as it remains asleep throughout the duration of the spell. Oh, okay. So it works slightly different than I thought. Okay.
Which
yeah,
one are
I
you
can
talking
just talk
about?
to them.
Dreaming?
Oh, dream. Yeah, dream doesn't seem to require you to actually know where they are at all in this case, right?
No, you just have to be able to make contact with them in the astral realm. As long as they are not warded, you can find them and communicate with them. You can either communicate messages or you can fuck with people in their dreams, which has happened to you guys, prevent you guys from having long rests a while ago. I believe specifically in the temple where you first met Strong.
That's funny. I didn't even think about that being the spell.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
Something fucked with you in your dreams and you could not sleep. Any questions or anything?
So
sorry, go ahead.
we were having a little conversation. You're fine. This is the question. So,
Okay.
a little conversation we were having about what we were doing next. We have a question for you outside of game.
Okay.
Do you have the capital written up?
The capital of where Strom is from.
Smoot.
No, where Smoot's from.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're going to go back more Rokugan way.
Right. So if you guys did want to do that, let me know for like the next game or the game after.
Exactly.
If that's a thing,
Yep.
I will write
That's
it
what I'm
up.
saying.
There is a plot going on. I just haven't physically written up it or the Senate. It's a lot like the Greek senates, right? Or the senates of Rome, right? Where there's senators and there's no actual, like, there's a head of the Senate, but it's basically just a Senate and a head of the Senate. And there's
Is this the old style where they get in fights on the floor?
Yes, and there's a whole thing I have kind of like, it's not written up, but I have like kind of like a skeleton, but I haven't fleshed it in. So if you guys do want to pursue that plot over in that direction, I can get the Senator Lincoln plot written up.
Man, they're like, well, we want to, go let him know, but I know we still need to go to Lonely Mountain and still want to go down there.
I got Joso written up. I have Lonely Mountain ready. I have things on the way to Lonely Mountain because you guys have talked about that stuff.
Yeah. The Dragon Egg, are we trying to take to Joso or is it somewhere else in Rokugan?
Joso.
It was Joso? Okay. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know where we can teleport exactly, but I can at least teleport us pretty close there.
You can generally get to Joso with a teleport without too much of an issue. That's not a problem for you guys because you've been there, you spent time there, you know that area, so it's a general roll on the normal map. It's when you do a blind roll to a place you've never been to, that gets interesting, right?
Hey, also with that Helma teleport, I never rolled anything. Did it have any charges or should I roll for a first night of how many charges it had at all? Or just start at 0, work up?
I'll say it has full charges starting up. That's fine.
All right.
I'm not gonna. It's a cool item, but now that you guys have teleport there, you got teleport through Decadic, you guys got teleport through, hell, probably other means. You guys are like level 13 at this point. You guys could easily. I have to know where you're going to go because you could potentially go anywhere now. So
that's why we're going to go for blind teleports.
Right.
So we can't possibly get prepared for it. Sorry.
My other group is level 14. I have the same problem with them. I just got to as long as I have time to prepare, I can get an area ready, right?
Okay.
Obviously, I can wing stuff, but it's better I write it up than wing it.
Okay, so we're going to go head off to Joso first then. Deliver that.
Okay. All right. Let me know when
Anything
you guys
else
are
you
ready.
want to do while they're there?
I got a question, Tony.
Sure.
Just in terms of components, because the 2 spells looking to get this level up were Glyph of Warding and Mordenkainen's Magnificent Mansion, which I'm guessing these could probably be easily found in most magical shops, but says it needs a tiny silver spoon, small piece of polished marble, a miniature portal carved from ivory, and then diamond dust for the glyph of warding. Would that be like rare components to come by, or could I find out like most magic places?
You can find the diamond dust in a town that you have that has a gem shop, right? That's kind of the point of the gem shops, is they have the gems. Most magical items, if you have a magic item shop, you can get most stuff from there. So for like those, you just have to get a hold of a general shop. Obviously, this town probably going to have some problems, right? Just because
Right.
the recent problems. They'll eventually refill the general shop, but you think if you go to Joso, you'd definitely be able to find that stuff. They have a gem crafter there. You can go. Once again, gold is copper in the book equivalent, because in D&D they make gold like basically $1, which is kind of fucking crazy because it's gold. So gold in my world is gold, and copper is like, a copper piece is like the equivalent of $1. Which helps me, because if I say like 10,000 copper pieces, I'm basically saying $10,000, right? So that way, and you can always convert things to gold and silver, right? If you want to, in your guys' character sheets. Just generally, I say things in copper, just because it's tougher to go, okay, how many gold is this copper? It's easier for me to just say copper, and you guys divvy it out, and then you guys convert that to how many gold pieces you were handed, or silver. Because there was a total copper conversion in the sheet, but however you guys want to do it.
Yeah, D&D Beyond converts it for you.
Yeah.
10,000 copper sounds more impressive than just 100 gold.
Right.
I like them zeros.
Makes it easier if I keep everything to a single denomination, right? So.
Right. Imagine if all of a sudden America had not just dollars, but we literally started calling $100 bills Franklins.
Right. How many
Franklins? I rose my 10 Franklins today. Like,
yeah. I mean, we kind of do. We go like, give me the Benjamins and stuff like that. But
right.
I see what you mean, though.
In the United States, we call it $100, right? Even though it's a $100 bill, which would be like a gold piece, it's $100, right? So.
Yeah. I get you. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, but yeah, to definitely go into Joso is a thing. If you guys want to go to the Capitol, we can make that a.
Just
I won't
be aware we're planning on it.
Right. I won't punish you for not going to the Capitol, right? But if you guys do want to go there, I do have a plot there. I just have to refine it and put it into play.
I have no strong issue with going to the Capitol.
Okay. All right.
So we were discussing while you were gone, Neil. Basically, since he doesn't have that plot written up yet, anything first, at least we'll come back to it and go to Joso first, take care of the dragon egg and such. And
sure.
Can we wear our headgear now that we've taken off our headphones?
Sure. Equal ups and downsides to that, depending on where you go.
Oh.
We should go back to Isle of Dread.
I gave those hints on Isle of Dread.
We should go back to that temple where the circus town people were. Well, they wore the circus clothing, carnival clothing all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Dead plants or something. Should go there.
That was the place where Davy Jones was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I stopped by to collect his toll. His tax.
And other areas you've already been to, I'm okay you teleporting there. I've already written up those areas, right? So, if that helps.
Right.
We have to finish the plateau.
Yes, we do.
That plateau is fucked up, I'll tell you, probably by now.
I'll say that I think a Tarrasque came out of it somewhere.
Hey,
is my understanding. So
Meat Cobb still around?
Hole in it.
Yeah.
Either it's been broken apart by the Tarrasque or whatever xenomorph / the thing we set loose.
Oh yeah, God, that's there somewhere too.
Meat Cobb is innocent, right?
That was a while ago.
Hopefully, it still lives on the Isle of Dread.
I need to talk to Quishover about that later.
No, you don't.
No. Oh man,
I got a 4th level smite.
Smoot's watching the captain this whole time. He should have been watching his back where Scarlet was.
I know. Actually, instead of a 4th level smite, since Scarlet's half sided, I can do a 2nd level smite.
Ooh, yeah.
Counter spell.
Mm-hmm.
Counterspell
I
your
get-
counterspell.
I got your counter spell right here.
Well, that's one of my favorite memes. Is like, what are you in for? I counterspell my party's healing spells. Dick!
That would be a fucked up thing. Like, and I cast resurrection on this guy. Counterspell. Dick move. Okay, so I don't want to interrupt anymore. So you guys want to? Is Trey coming tonight? You said
No, he messaged on
No,
Facebook.
no.
He was dead
Okay.
or something.
Yeah, it's worn out.
Okay, that's fine. Rutherford stays on the ship.
He's going to miss out on a great dinner again.
Awkwardly close to quill sharpening, who's sharpening a dagger.
Rutherford's just cuddling a teddy bear somewhere like, I don't like scary worm things.
Now, if we teleport to Joso, where should we have the boat go? Question, by the way, if I teleport to the boat, it's where the boat is. That counts enough as a location, right? Not just like an
Yes.
on the planet location. Okay.
You are familiar with it. If you take a piece of the boat with you, it will help.
Oh yeah, I saw that was an option. I can just take something straight from it, and it counts as guaranteed or
Like
something.
a piece of
from
the
the last
wood
6
from the
months.
boat, something from
Just get a
the
splinter.
That guy's leg.
I took this off the ship's rudder. That's fine, right?
boat. Check the
Charlie starts
steering
chopping
wheel.
down the mast.
This board, it's big enough for 2 people to lay on and not freeze to death in the water.
That's oddly specific, Smoot, but wonderful that you brought that up.
I mean, if we do want to go to Sea Hall to find Smoot's father at some point, it'd probably be better use of time to teleport to Joso and then teleport back to the ship so that we can sail there rather than take the long way.
Does the river go to Sea Hall? How's that work out?
The river
Looks like it
does
goes to a
technically go to Sea Hall.
Feeds into a lake that Sea Hall's on the farthest west shore of.
Yeah. It would be a couple days. It would be about a day's travel, maybe a day and a half to Sea Hall. So you guys could foreseeably teleport around the globe, clean up some things you guys haven't done yet, and then maybe make your way back to Sea Hall as the boat gets to Sea Hall?
Sure.
Okay. All right.
That'd be fun.
Okay. So next game I'll prepare up Sea Hall stuff. So we'll just, fill in that time with those stuff you need to get done. Okay.
If we're doing other stuff, you've probably got a couple of games.
Hopefully not. Well, we'll see. There have been times where I'm like, oh, this is a side quest. 15 games later.
I'm sure glad I got this cool sword.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, you guys teleport to Joso. Where in Joso would you want to teleport to?
Oh, go ahead.
So, I guess first, if Strom would have a particular idea, I will listen to that first.
Well, there would be a couple places that I think we'd be very familiar with that might make it easy. One would be the square where we had the brothel or the tavern right outside there. We could go to the dock.
Okay.
Since we've been there a few times, might make it easier to get there.
So
I expect travelers at the dock, right? That sounds
Dock
good.
or the Sunken Raven. There's the Obsidian Scabbard. You've been there with Najaro of Two Eyes. There is Jocelyn's Visions. You've been there. The Alchemist Shop, right? You're very familiar with that place. The Spectacular Ambassador, right? You've been there as well, right?
We want to keep the Drake and or the potential egg presence secret when we show up.
And it's more so what Zorksan
Common
is
folk, I
familiar
should
with
say.
too, because that's the problem. Is it's Zorksan's familiarity since he has the helm.
Sure.
I think it probably would be a good idea to not broadcast that we have a dragon egg. How big is I think I asked this last week, Tony, but how big is the egg?
About football sized right now. When they're ready to
Okay.
hatch, they're generally about half a man's torso. So as they get older, they start to grow Generally, a dragon egg takes about 3 years before it's ready to hatch.
Okay. That probably wouldn't be a good idea. What's a place that's close to where Jazia might be?
Jocelyn's Visions is pretty close, and you do know that that's someplace where your great-great-great-great-great-grandfather is associated with Jocelyn.
And we've been in there a lot, so yeah.
That was the potion place where you guys met up after you rescued the kids.
Sounds great.
Grandsons.
He's also Metian. He's a Metian freeman.
I think that's where I want to give the egg to Jazia.
Okay.
Jazia versus yours?
Yes.
Like over your lord?
Yep. I want to take the skull to my lord, but I want to take the egg to Jazia.
Jazia. Okay. All right. Okay. Since you guys are, let me look up teleport.
If you're interested, we could probably find a buyer for a wonderful price too. Just throwing it out there.
Well,
I know several people.
You know specifically one lich who would pay for it.
What kind of dragon is in the egg?
Green.
Green.
Probably,
and green.
right?
What's their alignment?
Alignment varies. I don't lock alignment because they aren't tied to Tiamat anymore. Right, in this world, currently, though that could change. They are not tied to Tiamat. They are freed from her because she was banished by the Sun King, who is now gone.
So it has the potential to be innocent.
Yes.
Forgot who I was sailing for a hot minute.
I think that kind of a question is going to come up very regularly for a while.
You don't know.
Oh, look, a nunnery. Here, me and my boyfriend are going to take a trip somewhere.
We're just going to go look at the decorative wall paintings.
Scarlet, the Moon King doesn't care if they're innocent or not. That's why I recruited you. That's what you're doing, right?
Wow.
Anyway, this would be a...
Fair point.
You've been here a couple times, so I will say this is seen casually will be your percentile roll.
Oh, boy. All right.
Because you're not very familiar, but you have seen it a few times. So go ahead and roll those percentile rolls when you're ready.
All right. 23.
Oh boy.
That's not a great number.
Ah.
Oh, that reminds me. Before I used it, I put on a yellow handkerchief subtly, kind of sticking out of my pocket.
Okay. Also, go ahead and roll again.
74.
Okay. So you don't have two mishaps in a row.
Well, that's good.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me percentiles one more time.
Third town called New Hope. Beware.
76.
76. Okay. Cool. All right. You don't exactly land on target, so let me describe this. First, describe how you do this, how you gather. Everybody has to be within 10 feet. You put on the helm. How do you trigger it? How does it look?
Well, let's see. It's probably got some kind of special command word, or at least I'm going to pretend it does.
Right. One you create as you attune to it. Yep.
Oh, okay. And we're going to... Who does that? Oh, there we go. I'll assume it activates very similar to how you would activate an instant transmission. Mm-hmm. Put the fingers up to the forehead there. Looking at it, looks kind of samurai helmety.
Right.
spot where it meets down there at the bottom.
A
With
singular
that
jewel you touch at the helm. Yeah.
And let's see. 1 second, I'll have the
Is
word.
it like a sudden poof, a fading, a flash of light? How does this teleportation look that you activate?
Dragon Ball Bridge, where it's like just a pop.
If it leeches off of my powers at all with it or how I work, I want it to have some basically almost look like our bodies start to freeze over, and as it shatters, we're gone and
Okay.
teleport to wherever.
I'm fine with that. Your body's ice begins to creep up your bodies very quickly. Your bodies begin to freeze in place. You feel yourself solidify into solid ice. For a brief
God, the captain's
moment,
killing again.
For a brief
God have called.
It's the command word, obviously.
It's fucked up because it's happened. Your eyes begin to glaze over as if you're looking through spectral ice, and all of a sudden it breaks. As it breaks, your vision cascades into 1,000 different points. You see yourself travel everywhere and nowhere at once. A world is a scattered mess as you feel yourself break apart into several thousand pieces, disassembling. And as you begin to reassemble, you accidentally reassemble into each other for a little bit, and you feel yourselves explode from each other. Go ahead and roll me a d20. And then a d4.
A 3,
Okay.
followed by 1.
Let me look at the map. Okay. As you guys begin to reassemble yourselves, what it looks like from the outside looks like pieces are just flying and materializing out of nowhere and just assembling each other out of like this solid ice structures that eventually are entire ice structures and then solidify into a whole body, and then you become real. And you kind of unfreeze and come back into the world. Each of you receives 79 points of damage.
Oh, fuck.
As you were not materialized right, and you kind of materialize into each other's pieces, you're still you, but like some of your organ bits weren't quite put completely back together. And you're kind of like, like knife wounds everywhere. Like there's missing pieces. You're kind of bleeding out of some
that's
areas.
harder than it looks.
You do see Joso in the far distance as you have traveled 3 miles to the west away from Joso. Luckily not in the water, which was an option. Also the air, which would have been more damage. Wow.
My condolences for that. And apologies.
Maybe next time, Captain, I can handle the teleport there, and you do the one back to the ship, maybe. Till you get the hang of it.
Roleplay wise, it feels like you have shin splints everywhere.
I don't even have shit.
God.
Oh, God.
No.
Rib splints.
Skull
Splints.
splints, elbow splints, dick splints. It's all
Did
there.
we successfully take a long rest before?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
You're not dead. You're not dead. That was one mishap roll.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. That could have ended us right then and there.
Teleports us into an active volcano.
That hurt.
There was that trap that almost did that.
I'm
once.
gonna take some healing potions.
Forgot about that. Jeez, that would have been bad. Shit.
So with the healing potions, it goes up. It goes from a
They're all
D4 to a
D8s.
D8.
Yeah, it goes up to D8s.
8 D8 plus 8.
So, you guys are outside of Joso, a little hurting, but in decent territory. You are outside of Joso, though. The Drake is with you. I will say he is not dead. right?
Okay.
Yeah, give him some medical attention. He's probably assed up, huh?
Yeah, he might need some help. The egg is
Hold on.
fine. I'll give you that. I'm not going to punish
Thank
the
God, that would have been real awkward.
Since it's familiar with me and might not want people to get very close to it, I am going to go over and use healing hands on it.
Okay.
Just to get it a little bit better than it is.
Yeah. Roll me animal handling with advantage, though. Because since you do speak its language, it's familiar with you, it does like you. It's a lower DC.
Dirty 20.
Good. It'll take the healing from you. As you does, the healing begins to flow through it, and it looks fine. It basically has about 25 hit points.
Okay.
Basically, everyone took about 79% of their hit points. I just said 79 because, it's just easier that way. But, yeah.
Oh, I'm back to full health. I drank 2 healing potions of Superior.
Okay.
I'm a
So,
good
let's
captain
just,
and people look.
You're gonna heal anyone else. I understand
I will
not
do
healing
that.
me, but
I will do a quick heal everybody else. Let's go ahead and do a quick healing word.
Okay.
Is there something I can do smaller? Hold on.
You want to do less healing
Well,
than
you-
that?
No, I mean like instead of a 60-foot radius.
You have, you got like, you probably didn't prepare a prayer of healing or anything, so.
No, I'll do a mass cure wounds. I mean, not a mass cure. What did I just say?
healing words.
Cure wounds.
Ah.
Or healing word. Damn it, healing word. There we go. That's what I'm doing. I'm casting a healing word.
Okay.
Hold on.
I just got scrambled, okay? Give him a minute.
I'm going to cast Harming Word.
19. I gotta re-roll some ones.
The
19.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2 teleporting is like,
And I rolled. I gotta
Mhm.
re-roll those ones again. Okay, so 19. Everyone heal 23.
Woo.
Thank
Take
you,
it.
Doctor.
You want me to do it again?
I wouldn't say no if you did.
Okay, 1 second. Healing word. Here we go. No ones. No ones. Okay, I gotta do some more math. Gotta see how many ones I rolled. Okay, just do. All right, here we go. Ooh. 24.
Sweet.
Anyone want any more?
That should be fine.
Yeah, I'm doing okay for now.
Unexpected. Getting a big problem.
Alrighty.
So that's 2 mass healing words.
That's 2 healing words, yes.
Okay. Mass healing words, right? Because you're doing everybody?
It's in a 60-foot radius. Yeah.
Yeah. Healing word has a range of 60 feet, right? Are you talking about mass healing words as the spell?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Mass cure wounds, yes.
Yes.
Sorry,
Okay,
yes.
that one, yes, we'll do that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Healing
that's
word
what I
itself
meant.
is just a single target within a range. Yeah.
No, this is everybody. Mass cure
Okay.
wounds.
Okay. All right. So you guys are outside of Joso again. You have walked this path before. The road is actually before you. There is a merchant in the distance pulling up a wagon of goods towards Joso. No one really
Are
pays
we-
mind to you because no one really saw you guys just suddenly appear out of the middle of nowhere.
Which direction are we from Joso? Are we
You are
north
east.
or are we west of Joso?
You are direct, west of Joso. East would be the water.
Okay.
Yes. West of Joso,
Okay.
and you do see the road that leads to Joso.
Okay. All right. I say we just get on the road and start walking.
Yep.
Okay. You guys walk towards the city of Joso. As you do, there are more guards at the gate than you're used to. There's actually a half contingent of pikemen, led by a couple dragon born as well. Not samurai, but captains, right? They are, and there's a good 40, 50 men, pikemen, here. They've actually set up a ballista off to the right, which is loaded and ready. Joso appears to be more ready for somebody trying to get in or assault. You don't see any samurai at the front gate, but you assume with this many pikemen and a ballista, there might be one nearby.
Okay.
There's a small line of 3 caravans in front of you.
Okay.
At this moment.
I'm assuming the pikemen I would call the military. Do the military and the samurai have good relations?
Yes, they do. Samurai would be more high-level military, right? Above a captain, right?
Okay.
There are certain ranks that normal people get. Samurai would be like the royal guard. The word of a samurai is considered the word of Lord Hakaye.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, as we are waiting, you said there was 4 caravans in front of us?
Yeah. 3.
Okay.
3 caravans in front of you.
3? Okay. I'm going to hand the egg to Decadic, because he's the only one that I think I can trust with it right now. And I'm going to walk past them and go up to one of the captains.
Okay. The captain probably should recognize you. I mean, you're pretty easy to spot. Let's roll to just check. Okay. As you begin to get close, he kind of looks at you weird. He motions off to his right. Somebody grabs some multicolored spectacles, which he puts over his eyes, and he looks at you again. It has rainbow lenses, many, many, many lenses. These are glasses that see beyond illusions. He looks at you with those. He takes them off. He puts them back. And as he walks up to you, hand on his hilt, he will give a slight bow. And he will say, "Oh, shit, your current rank is 41st, right?"
Yes.
41st. Pleasure to see you. I didn't expect you to see here. I thought you would be more on the war front.
Captain, I'm sorry. What is your name?
Yamaki. Captain Yamaki. This guy is a white dragonborn, right? He does seem to have mixes of green scales in him, which notes that he is not pure white. He is a slightly mixed blood, which most Josoans are. It is a clan of bastard children.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Captain Yamaki, it's a pleasure to meet you. The war front, you say. I know that there's been some unease with the Holy Kaza Kingdom. Is that what you're referring to?
Oh no, I mean the Crane clan.
I'm unfamiliar with any tension between our clans.
There was not previously. Some of the clans have segmented and declared allegiance to Storm Song and the other great old ones. They have contested the Emperor's right to rule, and the Crab Clan, in turn. Joso has sided currently with the Emperor against the Crane Clan and the other dividing Blue and Blue Dragon clans. The Blue Dragon clans and the surviving Red Dragon clans have declared themselves independent from the Emperor, and currently Most of the north, that would be west, the northwest territories and center west territories are within their grasp. The Emperor, of course, will deal with this soon. Joso is far away from these dangers, obviously, but we are more cautious, considering that 3 young blue dragons were found within the city and caused some disturbance and then left. They called themselves Rain, Thunder, and Lightning.
Yes, my group and myself are familiar with those 3. We were here when they attacked. Has there been any other assaults on Joso recently?
Since the Night of the Black Sun, nothing, really. But Lord Hakai has ordered extra guards be brought into the center of Joso, and the borders be reinforced. All other forces around have been pulled back, except to the main city and the walls.
Well, I appreciate your service, Captain. If you wouldn't mind, my friends and myself have business in Joso.
If you vouch for
would like
them,
be permitted to... Yes,
yeah,
I do, Captain.
If you vouch for them, they can walk through. You have the Walk of the Lands.
Thank you, Captain. If you should need any assistance, do not hesitate to call or to let me know.
Yes. May his presence grace you. And they will step aside and they'll let you through ahead of the other merchants. And the other merchants are like, come on! I've been waiting here for an hour. It's like other like lizard folk and dragonborn are like looking over their goods, opening up crates, like tossing bananas around, you know, that kind of thing.
As we walk to the gate, Skylar will turn around and go, Wu-Tang!
I'm a Rob 41!
All right.
Not bad for hirelings.
Now you guys know
Then
that
we will...
Kiheth has declared independence, and that path north for the ship might be a little bit more troublesome.
Oh.
It's right along the Chappaquiddick, the only path back to the main shore.
Uh-oh.
Outside of, yeah. Well, I mean, unless your ship can fly, which you could.
Come on, that's ridiculous.
It's just what? Dragon clans? They don't have any anti-air.
Yeah, I mean, come on, that'd be crazy, right?
They don't need them, the dragons.
So let's go head over to where Jazia might be.
Okay. You can easily find her. She has her own estate. It is a modest estate, but it is sizable, right? It's like a 9-bedroom house, right? It is a fairly sizable estate, obviously on a couple acres in the middle of town, near the alchemist shop. She's there. If your characters arrive at the gate, there are 2 gate guards. They are black dragonborn. And as you approach, they will halt you for just a moment just to send word to the lady. If you would wait,
okay.
Or do you go through?
We will go ahead and wait.
Okay. They go in. You wait a couple moments. After a while, another servant, who is another black dragonborn, will come up, and he will open the gate. He is a servant. He doesn't have any arms or armor, and he will say, "The lady will see you in. My name is Akamura. Yes, please make your way to the central dining chamber. The lady will be there in quarter moon's time."
Thank you, Cora.
Eventually, you can tell you can tell because you've been around. This is a female dragonborn. She will let you in. There is a central tea area. Tea is already poured and ready. There is a steeping pot there, as well as there is some music playing in another room, which is separated by a slidable wall. They're just playing on the other side. This is kind of like an open area. The left wall is opened up to the outside gardens, which, nice fresh breeze that comes in. Open area, there's some pillows down, a small table where those teas are, where you guys can sit down. There are no decorations upon the wall. And eventually Jazia a wall does open up. She will step through and the wall closes. Basically all the walls are sliding in this place. And she will step through. She looks as lively as ever. She looks happy. And she will have a seat. She will offer, and she will say, I can serve tea, if that is acceptable. Have you come to dine, to drink, to stay for a while?
Jazzy, it's very nice to see you again. I have actually come to ask a favor of you.
A boon? Well, you have done me great services. I would do one in exchange, without any question.
But before I get to that, I'd like to ask you how your stay has been here in Joso.
It has been good. Joso is a larger city. There are others like myself here, and my children that can provide support. I have Lord Hakaye has been kind. His family has been kind. My children grew up in a place where others of their kind were not around. It is difficult to explain to your peoples what it is like to not be able to converse with those of our kind. And those that were around were not acceptable or wished to use us for malfeasance. It has been like I had wished it to been with my own clan, the Scorpion clan. The sense of family amongst the proud few was good for me when I was young, and I feel that here. They would not accept my children, but they're accepted here, and it's a second home. It's like being born again. I am becoming accustomed to the proper ways of life and how we are treated and how we protect those within our horde. The Lord has been kind, and I am kind back to the Lord. Hakaye, I did share some biases against his kind, but I realized they were false. My family. The focus of purity is misappropriated. You are a fine samurai. You do not need to be drawn to Tiamat's blood to truly be one of honor. I am honored to know you, Strom, and my stay here has been a change for the better. I forgot myself for a time. I gave up. Bravaxis is good about that, corrupting what is good in us.
I am pleased to hear that it has been a good experience for you and your children. It brings me to the favor that I would ask of you. I'll go over to. I'll look toward Decadic and hold out my arms, and I will. Yes, and I will set it in my hand still on the table, and say, Jazia, I came across this egg. Its mother had perished, and it is without family. To the best of my knowledge, it is without family. I would be very pleased if you could take care of this egg. And I would assume that Nagu is pretty close wherever the egg is.
Yeah.
And I will motion toward Nagu and say, Nagu is the protector of this egg. He was put in that position prior to what befell its master. If you're willing to take this egg and take care of it, Nagu would stay here as well and protect your own family, as I'm sure he will come to see you as friends.
She stares at you. And she stares back at the egg. She stares at Nagu. And back at the egg, and then back at you. There's an awkward, long pause. Her hands don't move from the teacup she's holding. She does. It's almost an awkward break, because she just, like a statue, doesn't move. And then she starts moving. She puts the teacup down. She says, Tiamat's tears. Is that what I think it is? I do owe you a debt. If it is without family, then. You saved my children, you saved my life. What more I can do than bring another into the roost? It will be family. It will not know that it is not without it. As she reaches for the egg, Nagu begins to growl, and she stops for a minute. She looks at Nagu. You could swear her head shifts. It almost feels like it gets bigger. For a moment, you think you see something that's impossibly large behind it, but not. And Nagu just whimpers and kind of cowers behind you. She says, well, acceptable that someone would care for this. She holds it. As she does, she closes her eyes. She says, it still lives. Barely. She'll grab it, she holds on to it, and she says, well, I have something I'm going to have to do for the next year and a half. I still owe you. I will be busy take Nagu with you. Nagu. As she calls out, she says something in Draconic. Her tongue shifts a little bit. You can see the slits now for a moment, and then it shifts back to a human tongue. Nagu comes back up. She says in Rokuganian, in a voice much deeper than her form should be able to hold. She says, Rokuganian, she says, you have a new master. The egg is home. You are homeless. Seek your new master. She looks back at you. And Nagu just nuzzles up next to you.
Dragon buddy.
She says, Nagu will be better served outside of this home. Not that I have a bias, but I need not a green drake. This egg is without past. I prefer it that way. I erase the past from it. It is mine. Any who would try to take it will seek my wrath. This is now my child.
I have every confidence that you will raise it as one of your own. And that does bring me a lot of joy.
You should seek your master. I'm sure he's curious about your endeavors. I will... Be careful. The patriarchs are fighting. Gazetteer and Storm Song. Actually, what would she call them? Let me look at Gullicy Gods. Give me a second here. No, that's actually in meta plots. Give me a second. Cult summary. Gazetteer, the Bright Lord. And Neralith, Storm Song. Battle with Ozad, the Last Chateau, and Katem, the Winter's Heart. The primordial battles rage again, as they have not raged since times before I was born. Without Yadas to broker the peace, I fear Rokugan will fall to war.
Outside of character, do I know what Yadas is?
Yadas is the Green Patriarch, the Patriarch of the Green Dragon line. He is called Yadas, the Eternal Green. He is known as a beloved childer of the green, of the land, of trees, of life. He embodies passion. He is said to have a peaceful aura, and he is the middle child between the younger and older brothers, and he was always able to broker peace between them. In the last great war between the Patriarch dragons, before Tiamat's fall, he was the one that kept them from fighting each other. He has been missing ever since. Not dead, but missing.
Alrighty.
Okay.
If you ever should need something, Jazia, do not hesitate to call upon us. You are doing a great service to us by taking care of that egg. Please let us know if you need anything.
I will let you know, Strom. I appreciate the time we've been together, and I will mourn your passing when you are gone. Know that when you die, someone will miss you. Yeah, because you guys are all like goldfish to her. She's like, okay.
Right.
Great.
Sure, my goldfish would have loved to have known that I would have missed it.
I'll say, and with that, Jazia, we should take our leave. I appreciate the time that you've offered us.
She will give a slight bow, but she can't too much because she's holding an egg. She's like, and you guys, as you guys exit, you see the sliding door slide shut. As it slides shut, she has the egg, and she turns around and starts walking towards another room. Okay. What do you guys do now?
Well, the next thing I would like to do is go visit Lord Hakai. Is there anything anybody else wants to do prior to that?
I'd like to hit up the magic shop. I can do that by myself, though.
Go to the enchanters.
Yeah. Get some supplies.
Okay. Yeah, what you need is there. There is a Joso. You can get most of the magic items you need from Kyoto's oracles. Let me see if there's a gem shop in town. Gem shops will give you a better deal.
Oh, yes.
There is not a gem shop in town, so you're going to pay double the price for the diamond dust, but it's there. Crushed diamond dust is going to be 2 times the price.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Yeah, but you can get it. They have as much as you want. It's just they've had to crush it. They've had to process it. They've had to buy and then secondhand it. Is there anything else anybody wanted?
I wanted to go to the enchanter shop too. Wasn't that the place that had the regen ring at it?
Yes, there is a ring of regeneration. 19,200 copper pieces.
Okay, I'm gonna buy that.
Okay, ring of regeneration. Burn the copper, and you can add it to your sheet.
So it was how much?
19,200 copper pieces. It is a very rare item, but very cool. It's one of the few items that say, you know what? Meh, I don't really need much of a long rest. I just keep getting it.
Roxanne and Kiddick will say, we're both going to go shopping. We'll catch up with the other. And then we awkwardly realize, we're both going to the same shop. Like, okay.
See you later.
Yeah,
2
you
seconds later.
gain 1d6 hit points every 10 minutes.
It's okay. I need to.
Yeah.
I'm doing something else with that.
If you lose a body part, you're going to gain a body. You can grow it back. Ooh, God.
Do you still have to have a place to put the ring on, though?
I mean, you can put it. It's a ring. You can put it on anything, right? It could be
Oh my!
Tip of your nose.
Tip of your nose. It could be that'd be cool. Like you could put it around your nose, right? I'm open-minded.
And if your nose gets cut off, you just regrow a whole new body?
It's an earring. Right? General rule of thumb: I allow everyone to wear. I use the Pathfinder rule, so you can have a ring on each finger. You can have one necklace, one helm, right? One cape, one breastplate. One pair of boots, that kind of thing. As long as it's not overlapping on top of each other, you're fine.
If he wears the ring and then more of his tail gets cut off, will it regenerate his whole tail or just up to where he previously had it chopped off?
Ring of regeneration does regeneration.
It does old wounds as well, right? Yeah. So important. Yeah. Okay.
It's important. It's why it's very expensive to have one. It is you regain body parts. It's as if you're a baby.
Baby.
God. It's like Deadpool. Little tiny baby snake tail growing out of your little stomach.
Now it's 1d6 plus 1 days, right? So if you're missing a body part, you roll and you can regain it back in that many days. So yeah.
Okay. We have one more stop to do before we go back to our ship later, by the way.
Okay. All right. Lord Hekayes, let me grab a drink, and I'll be right back. 2 minutes. Well, maybe like 1. I just gotta walk. I gotta stumble up the stairs.
I need to use the restroom real quick. So I'll be right back.
All right. You better be quick. Find a floor drain.
Floor drains.
After these messages, I'll be right back.
Oh yeah, Corey. I was doing some more sketches of characters. I did some toast doodles. Well, it shows up there for ideas.
Oh, I like that.
I didn't remember exactly
good.
how you described him beforehand, but that's kind of how I envisioned him.
I can look at his picture really quick. I think you're pretty damn close.
Yeah, obviously we're not using them now in the comic. I'm planning on eventually doing someday. I'd throw them in the background there just for flavor, you know.
Do you want like he's got pale gold skin, gray hair, gray eyes. He's 7'5". He's a variant of the Aasimar. I don't think he has the wings. He's 142. Yeah, the only thing I would say you're pretty spot on. The only thing is he wears a heavy kind of like almost like a winter coat. It's got like a, like you know what a pilot's jacket is, like from World War II?
Yeah, bomber jacket kind of.
Yeah, except imagine that, but long, like down to maybe his mid-thigh. But that kind of collar, at least.
Yeah.
Kind of like that. And it's long sleeve, of course, yeah. The bomber jacket, that was it. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, yeah. I'm thinking kind of like Flash Heart from Blackadder.
Yes. 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 Perfect. That you got it. Done.
They got a trick head played like a woman. Take her up to heaven and back 3 times a day.
Oh my God, I love that. Doesn't he say something like, "Oh, yes, tell all the women in Britain not to kill themselves. It turns out I didn't die."
Yeah.
Okay. Oh God, he's hilarious. Yeah, that kind of personality a little bit. Not a ton, but close.
Jesus, upstairs looks like a Muppet murder show. My dogs. They got new toys.
Oh.
They had new toys.
Yeah.
There's just fluff and pieces of things everywhere.
Muppet murder show. I like that.
Yep, I know. I think the quickest that Rig destroyed a toy was an hour, and it was completely destroyed. So frustrating.
Yeah. There are a couple toys we've gotten which are nearly indestructible that the girls still have, right? And there's some that aren't. Like they're supposed to be, but they did not make it.
Yeah.
Like there's still like There's like 2 toys. Oddly enough, they're like stuffed people. They just haven't been able to destroy, but I don't think they've been able to get like a good grip to like rip them apart, right? Because they got big heads and little bodies. There's others that are like rabbits, and they just fucking don't make it. Right? They had fun with it, but not much. Like as soon as they get like a little piece off on it, it's gone. This thing will be.
Yep.
It'll be poop. Awkward poop in the morning. So speaking of awkward poop, so you go to Lord Hakaye's, or do you go alone?
I will kind of leave that open to if anybody else would like to come as well.
Have we? I don't know if we've met him before. Have we?
I think when I got promoted, everybody went.
Yeah.
Yeah, he attended. I don't know if we interacted one-on-one with him per se, but we know of him.
You guys have seen him. The only one that's interacted was Strom. I believe on your first meeting with him, it was Strom, the captain, and I think Neil. And then later it was everybody, right?
Yeah.
Because there was a brief meeting where you met with him. Actually, it might have just been you. It might have just been you, Strom. But then everyone met with him at one point during your naming ceremony.
If not, I do also have a letter of greeting or something from the Crab Clan leader. She gave us that you have in that regard too. A letter of introduction.
You had given that to him on the previous meeting.
Oh, we did give that to him?
Yeah,
Okay.
you did. Remember, he took that, he read that, he took it in, and that's kind of why he's sided with them. So.
I am actually, after thinking about it, I'm going to suggest that everyone does come along. Since the last time we were in Joso, we did defend Joso.
Okay.
It would be, I think, a respectful thing to do.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yep. Lead the way.
Sure, if he wants to praise us, I'm open to that.
He wants to give us, a reward. That'd be nice.
I think he already promoted Strom. I think that was his reward, but that's okay.
I know, but we've had to feed and house Strom. Living adjustment,
You know how far back this rent is due?
We found him lost in the woods on an island somewhere.
You owe us back rent.
Healthcare isn't cheap.
Let's
pay
go
those premiums.
Swimmingly.
Like Mr. Ditkovich from the Spider-Man movies. Rent? You have rent yet?
Oh, and Tony, if it wouldn't take long, a quick scroll check if they have one for Galdir's Speedy Courier.
Galdir's, there's a chance. Let me see.
Look at me.
There
I'm so
is
fancy with
the
spells.
oracles, but they're not a scribe one. Well, there is a scroll shop.
Yeah.
There is the Spectacular Ambassador, which is primarily a scroll shop.
Galdir's Speedy Courier.
Looking for it. If it's on here, they have it. If it's not on here, we'll make a roll.
I go by there anyway just to look wistfully at that scroll of time stop they have.
Oh, yeah, they got the one. That is a
Someday.
That's
Someday.
where that was.
It's only, what, 30K or something?
20,500 copper pieces. It is like walking by like in Adventure Comics #1. It's like, ooh, boy. Like, that's not only just a 9th level spell, that's one of the premieres. Where you can stop time and do a thing. Though you yourself do have a 9th level spell scroll.
Just a quick question.
Yep.
What makes an adventure comic so
Adventure Comics #1.
There's the Superman premiere.
Well, the fact that it's worth like 20 like a bunch of millions of dollars. It's the most expensive comic. Hey, your nerd head. If anyone's in chat, which no one is except for my grandma, boo this man. Grandma Frakes, boo this man.
Fake nerd!
That's right. That's right.
Comics, I'm sorry.
Out of the
follow-up question.
You're kicked out of the D&D
Superman.
Anyway, okay. Where were we?
Captain
Oh,
Planet.
Galders Speedy Courier.
Yes.
Rolling if they have it. If it's
yes.
not on.
I'll say high, low. What level spell is it? It depends.
4th.
Roll me percentiles. If it's 60 or above, they will have it.
Okay.
But they'll only have one.
Fine. Well, that's all I want. If I can get that.
That's all you need.
No, they do not have it. All right.
They don't.
No dice.
They have a lot of spell scrolls. I mean, a lot of spell scrolls. But they don't have that one.
They're like finding
They got a scroll of Sunburst,
a first edition.
Lightning Sphere.
So
Mordecai's
do I. The
Sword.
captain gave it to me. I still haven't learned.
I gave you
that.
Sunbeam. There's a difference.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. What does Sunburst do? Let me look it up.
Sounds like fire.
I think it's like a
Brilliance.
fireball of
Oh,
radiance.
it is a 8th level
Alright,
spell. Woo! 60-foot radius, center, 12d6 radiant damage. Oh my god.
Damn.
Yeah,
Could I
it is.
use that probably in the last fight?
When you need to kill a crowd of undead.
That would have
Yeah,
been awesome.
It is a powerful AoE Kamehameha, like when Vegeta killed himself, right? And he's like,
Final flash.
for you, Kakarot!
Oh no, that's a bomb.
Spoilers.
Yeah, fuck you. Anyway,
He gets better.
You don't know which time he's talking about.
right, he dies a lot. He explodes himself. How many?
They
you know
all
what?
die
At this
a lot.
point, Vegeta dies only as many times as Krillin or Yamcha.
Hold on. I know about the second and third death. We're not talking about. I didn't know there was a first death. You're crazy, man.
You have to. Whoa, this guy's died. Wait, the first one?
That's right.
Impossible. I'm done
Vegeta's
with this
deaths
show.
are like book stops at this point. Or Krillin. Krillin would be the book stop, right? Vegeta would be
Yeah.
like the epilogue. It's going to happen, but, you know, it's near the end of the book.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Lord Hakai's estate, there are a few samurai here, one of which you are very familiar with. There is a large contingent of guards that are here as well. These ones are infantry and archers, right? There is at least a unit's worth here. Of course, the number one, who is, I'm always butchering his name, sounds like the F word, but it's not, Farkson, your Jimbo's
Yes.
father, the Red Dragonborn, will approach you. He'll give a slight nod.
I'll bow a little bit farther.
41. Interesting to see you back. I thought you sailed due south.
We did briefly. I have come to speak with Lord Hakai on a matter of some import.
A ship did not make port. You came on land?
Yes, we came here by magical means.
Good. That's fine. The Tuna clan does currently side with the Emperor, so the seas are still safe. At least in the outer regions. Do be careful. In the inner regions, the river is completely contested. There's a blockade.
I appreciate that information.
You wish to meet with the Lord. May I ask for what reason?
On our travels, we came across a dragon that had perished. I would like to ask if he could give it a proper funeral.
I will speak with the Lord, and I will ask that Yagza be there. She is the priestess of Tiamat. He goes back inside. As he walks, he does give a slight hand gesture, just basically meaning to follow him.
Okay.
As you follow him in, the other guards do step to the side. There is at least a contingent of about 150 men outside. You're assuming there's a rotation, but there's probably about 100 archers and maybe about 300 men that are stationed at the palace. There appears to be a makeshift barracks off to the right, made to house all of the extra people. Joso appears to be on a war front. As you do enter, you don't see any children playing in the gardens. The gardens are still well tended. There's still to be servants that are about, but you don't see any of Hakaye's children or any of his other extended family freely roaming the outermost wall. As you pass the second wall, you do see a few of the fairy dragonborn that are there, as well as some of the fairy dragon children that are there as well. They appear to be behind the second wall. As you pass the third wall into the actual proper within the keep, you are brought to a side chamber. There appears to be a tower off to the right. Not quite a tower, but it's more like it's basically a tower. It's like a multi-tiered roofed tower, right? With a few windows and a sigil of Tiamat upon it. As you enter it, there appears to be a older dragonborn with pinkish scales and a sigil upon her head of the 5 dragon clans. She's a priestess of Tiamat. She doesn't say anything. She is murmuring and some kind of chanting. She does seem to have long white robes, and she seems to be making her way through a wooden scroll, which she rolls up. And as it rolls up, it unravels itself. It seems to be a constant rolling scroll. There appears to be some boiling water in front of her and some other ritualistic pieces that you're unable to clearly make out. You think some of them are stone, some of them are plants. It's a little dark in this room, though your keen sense of smell does pull out herbal smells. Eventually, Lord Hakaye. Farkswan, of course, is with you at all times. Farkson, is with you at all times. The number one. Eventually, Lord Hakaye himself does make it into the room, flanked by 2 fairy dragonborn. As he walks in the room, Farkson does approach him first and kneels. And he says, Lord Hakaye, the 41st has word on a fallen brethren. You hear him whisper. Your newly acute ears would pick up what your normal human ears would not. Lord Hakaye will wave to the first and motion to you, 41st. As he motions with his one arm, obviously his other arm is not there. You have word for me. He is in a more humanoid form now, since he's greeting you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go up to him and I'll get down on my knees and bow. And I would imagine that I have the skull in my arms, but it's covered by something.
Right. Okay.
And I'll say, my lord, in our travels, I came across a green dragon that had fallen. It was the leader of a Bear Clan tribe on the Chappaquiddick. The town was wiped out. There were no survivors. But I do believe that the dragon did fight a good fight, and I would like you to give it a proper funeral. And as I'm saying that, I'll I'll take the blanket, whatever, off of it, the covering off, and present it to Lord Hakai.
Lord Hakai will take his underskirt and he'll flow it back so he can kneel more properly, and he will kneel down and he will place his one good right hand upon the skull. He closes eyes. As it does, they glow pink. Mists of pink float around the outskirts of his eyes. And he opens them. As they do, his eyes flutter. As they do, they change many different rainbow-like colors. He takes his hands off the skull. He says, "This was one of Yadas's. A pure green. The skull is here. The soul is gone. I don't sense it in the ethereal realm. It has been consumed. You have done much honor to the Green Dragon clan, to the Bear clan, specific. I will recognize this. It'll be written in your ledger. Much honor.
My lord, I would also like it to mention my compatriots, as they were instrumental into retrieving this fallen brethren.
Of course. I will note the unsworn and their works here. Your band of merry few have done much honor to our clan. Your trust in them is not misguided, though I have been addressed such that it should be. I trust in you, 41st. As I trust in them, that you have proven their doubt wrong, though their doubt is not misseated. This one we will bury, but their soul is gone. You have brought them some vengeance. I expect that you will give a full report to the number one. I will read it soon thereafter. The priestess will see to what she can of its burial, since the Blue Dragon clan, specifically the Crane clan, the second largest clan, has rebelled against the Emperor. Burial rites have become complicated, as the volcano is in their territory. The reappearance of Storm Song has caused complications. But I have secured our place of honor with the Crab Clan if we are victorious. Continue to do these great works. You have done more for the clan than others have in your short life. I trust that you will be an exemplar to our cause.
I will do my best, my lord.
You are honored here, as well as your allies, but you are honored. If you seek and give final vengeance, I approve it. What has been done to this child of Yadas is horrid. I cannot explain what I have seen in the astral realm. A mirrored mass of screaming flesh. Its soul shredded, obliterated. Taint of evil is upon it. There's one who might be able to help you. I will tell him to contact you. I believe you are acquainted with the fisherman.
Yes, my lord.
He will contact you soon, if you wish to see this through. And Lord Hakai will walk out, flanked by his minions, Lord Foxshawn. Number one, Foxshawn. Yeah, I'm butchering the guy's name. Farkson Kerhilion. Ooh, that's a name.
Tony, I just want to throw out there, you can change the names to something you can say.
Nope, it was generated like that.
We can have Bob's 1 through 7,000.
Nope.
You need a dragon jaw to really properly pronounce the name.
Foxshawn Carroll.
That dragonborn jowl.
That's right. I may not be able to pronounce it, but damn it, if that's what the generator gave it, that's how I'm trying it. I have a character sheet. It exists. Anyway, he will ask you to give him a full report.
And this is kind of outside of character. There's one thing that I want to tell him specifically.
Okay.
That I haven't. So I'm imagining that we're sitting.
Yeah, you're
I'm telling
off to
him
the
story.
side, private quarters. Yes.
One thing, number one, that I think is important to know, especially now knowing that the Green Dragon was a child of Yadas. There is another child. When we made it to the town, the Bear Clan village, I found an egg. That egg is currently in the possession of Jazia. I do trust her. She spoke the praises of Lord Hakai, and I have faith that she would not betray the Phoenix Clan.
She took in the egg.
Yes.
She gave you her word.
Yes.
It is a better fate than if you had given it to the Green Dragon Clan. Those without parents are shattered upon the rocks. They abhor impurities, not quite as strongly as a Scorpion Clan. I assume Jazia's situation has enlightened her to taking on such a burden. She took it on your word.
Yes. I would like to ask of you that you be very selective on who you tell that information.
It is her egg.
I fear...
Oh, sorry, I interrupted. Go ahead.
Oh, you're fine. I fear, knowing that Yadas has an heir, that it may prove fatal to not only the child, but also Jazia.
Joso is a clan of bastards, as we all are. As red dragon-blooded, I am descended from Gassetia, and I have rebelled against such, as my son did. Jazia, I trust her, the nature of her children, her struggle, her story, and her commitments to the clan. The child will be raised as if it is one of Joso. She would be one of the best to raise her. The only other one I would think of would be the grandmother. She's so old. It's best we leave her to her own devices. She soon will descend to the great tree. After our time, of course. Descending into the great tree for a dragon, maybe a couple 100 years. We are but cats and dogs to them. Passing bloodlines. You have done well. You carry my son's sword with honor. He'll give you a little bit of a deeper bow. He'll kind of look back and forth, make sure no one's looking, and give you that. And then kind of straighten up. And he will walk out.
Okay.
Before we leave, I'll go up to Strong and be like, would it be proper for me to say something to this samurai fellow? I don't know what the hierarchy is. It just something important I feel should be communicated.
So is he still like on his way out the room?
Well, yeah, he's still in the area, right? He could still be approached.
Okay.
He's just not in that private room anymore. He's now the number one again. He's not just you and Farkson. It's 41 and first.
Okay, I'll look at the Kadik and I'll kind of nod to him, and I will walk over to Farkson and say I have a companion that would wish to speak with you, if you're willing.
He'll look at you, and then he'll look over at that one. He's like, the Viserion. Sure.
Yes.
Sure. Bring him here.
Okay, and I'll motion toward Kadik.
He doesn't give you a bow. He does give you a stern look, and he says, Viserion, what is it that you ask?
I just wanted to advise whatever communication you give to the Bear Clan regarding the village that was struck down. The foe that invaded that village was able to do so not through brute force, but by bewitching the inhabitants, altering their memories with a song that could affect them. I would pass along to the Bear Clan, as I presume you will, as the number one samurai, that if they were to repopulate the village, try to build it up again, maybe include a few deaf citizens who would not be affected by an enchanted song, so that if anything were to happen like that again, any strange occurrences or gaps in memory that nobody notices, they might be able to warn the populace to prevent another such tragedy from occurring.
Tell me, Viserion, what is it that you know about the Bear Clan?
What would I know? I don't think I'm very well read up on Rokugan specifically.
Give me a history check with disadvantage. right? Just because it's not it's the country south of you, but it's like that very foreign. It's like somebody asking you about Brazil. It's like, I don't know, it's got a rainforest.
Yeah. With disadvantage, that's 26.
Oh, well, fuck me. You know that they are a stubborn clan that is very strength dependent, very Spartan society. They abhor impurities, and they are known for their stubbornness and belief that brute strength and forcing themselves through a scenario is kind of the best way. Foxman will continue, because he said that not knowing what you know, and he says he will continue. The Bear Clan are stubborn. If you tell them that they cannot get through a wall by forcing their way through, they will force their way through harder. They are a clan built upon strength. They almost worship it. I will convey your obvious words of wisdom, which are not on my deaf ears, to them as best we can. There is an obvious divide amongst the Chappaquiddick to reach word to them, as the Blue Dragon Clan and the Red Dragon Clan have joined forces. We will do what we can. The Red River, hopefully, will not be too much of a barrier. I have a drunken bard idiot who is good at passing messages when he is not being such. I believe you are well acquainted with him as well. Another child of Gazetteer. Well, I will pass word to him, and I will let him know. Viserion.
Thank you, my lord. I offer this warning, not doubting the strength of the Bear Clan, but having seen what this evil can do, I would not wish it to be repeated upon anyone.
Well, let's hope that one day they decide to side with the Emperor. Until Yadas comes back, the Green Dragon clans are going to remain neutral. And this will be between the mixed-blooded, the whites, the blacks, versus the blues and the reds. Let's pray that Gazetteer does not sail back over the great seas towards Ropaganian borders, but we're prepared for such as we are on the Isle front. Anyway, he'll look to Strom. Thank you for your Ysarian friend's wisdom. It is not deaf on my ears. Probably the Bear Clans, but we'll see.
Even though he didn't bow, I will try to bow what I think is a respectful motion.
Yeah, he doesn't even give you a nudge. You're just like,
I don't expect him to. I don't expect him to.
He starts limboing.
The other way. God.
Right.
Like, I am well versed in catering to very stern fatherly figures.
Well, yeah, I guess.
No
way. That's a thing, man. That's a thing. Yeah, it's canon almost. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. What else do you guys want to do? I mean, Joso's got a pretty popular district, right? They're gonna reopen the White Tiger bar, right? That's a thing.
I don't think I need anything from me, so I'm free for whatever everyone else wants to do.
Okay. If no one has anything, it's 11:30. Everyone, roll me a D8.
Do you guys want to hang out in Joso for the night, or I have somewhere else to travel? If you care to join me, but if not, I'll go and return myself shortly.
You're not teleporting, are you?
I will have to.
Well, before I have them roll the d8, where are you going?
I need to go stop at Poison Fang Keep.
Poison Fang Keep. That is teleportable too. You are familiar. You can roll on the. You can roll on the very familiar chart. Go ahead.
Want to take a piece of Joso with you?
A little brochure from the gift shop.
Yeah. Tavern to grab a thing out of it.
Right, okay, you grab something to familiarize yourself with the area that's attuned to it.
Just to
right?
keep you alive.
Steal a cup out of the tavern.
brick off the street, off the oldest street you can find, yes.
No, they won't need this.
You get a Phoenix Clan ramen cup with like all the famous samurai printed on the side.
Right.
It's there's collectible cups. There's 1 through 47. And you have to
Number 32!
Samurai dies, then you have the old retired cups that are extra valuable.
Right. It's like Disneyland, right? You can get a sash with like pins on it.
Oh, there's a gold New Year variant. Oh, they only made 500 of those. You can snag one of those. Oh boy.
Man,
I've heard Lord Hakai's kid has some from the number 1 samurai signed.
Right. He's just one of those
You get the different
rats,
series.
doesn't know what he has, but it was given to him, right? And he mistreats it. You're just like, you son of a bitch. That's a number 1 Action Comics. Why are you reading it?
With your hand, you're breaking the spine.
Is he
Dear
truly
God!
not? No. Anyway, yeah.
Oh, if you guys don't have anything else you want to do and we're heading off, we got a 78 on my teleport spell.
78.
I didn't bother to warn anyone I was dropping by.
That is definitely a good symbol. Yes, you can appear wherever you want to appear, and you are not off target.
Great, we're
Is
going
it just
to.
you going?
Just inside a wall.
If I would say if people wanted to come, they can, but it's a quick errand.
What brave soul wants to go on this quick errand?
I want to keep staring at that time. Stop scroll, maybe.
It's like, yeah, you're staring at it through the window. You're just like, one day you will be mine.
I have to pay off one debt, and then I can pay this debt, and maybe I can afford it.
Okay. So Zorksan, looks like it's a family reunion. What do you?
I need to go in. I'm not sure how much of a stir it's going to appear because when I show up, I'm basically showing up in the foyer effectively.
You appear in the foyer. There's a couple like lizard folk guards. They're like, oh god, and they're like, oh.
It's just you.
And then they get paranoid, like, oh, and they're like, no, it's him.
It's just him.
Where does Senskellion sleep these days? Where is he at?
In his bed, dumbass.
Let me pull up.
Point at the nearest one of them.
let me pull up. Let me pull up Poison Fang Keep. Jeez,
Making you work.
What was that movie Knight's Tale? Someone asked the random guys and he's talking about Heath Ledger's character. He's like, how would you beat him? It's like at night while he's asleep with a stick.
With a stick.
Like that's awesome.
That's how you do it, right?
Wouldn't do it in combat. No, he's too good.
Yes, Senskellion is your younger brother. Yes. They will say he sleeps on the 2nd floor of the keep, which has been basically the rebuilding parts of that. They look to be rebuilding parts of the tower that was broken. He is on the other tower heading up on the 2nd floor. The opposite tower, the one the original you guys went down, but you went down and there was like a magical, anti-magic zone. So he's up now. Okay.
All right. Yeah, so I need to go visit Senskellion and see how he's doing. He was the one who lost an eye, and I think he lost something else there too.
Oh yeah, he's missing a couple body parts. As you, I suppose snakes would have doors. I would almost think like your true doors are more like portals, right? Because you could just go through them, right? Because you don't need to be completely up. You can just go through.
Yeah.
You need to make room for the lizard servants,
The lizard folk.
No, you want them to awkwardly go through.
It's uncomfortable for them.
It's a part of the fun.
Demeaning them enough.
Servant is probably a generous term given that it's Yuan-Ti.
You knock at his portal. As it does, he opens up as is. Like, obviously, one eye is completely like... He seems to have a leather casing over the side of his face. He opens up as it does, like he has a couple missing fingers on one hand. Part of his he is badly scarred along his scales. He just kind of looks. He was like, "Brother,
And Scallion.
brother, I did not expect you." Like he's also missing a couple teeth, right?
Yeah, he's a...
Brother, I did not expect you so soon. Do you bring good word?
Just to clarify, by the way, no one else looked anywhere... Like, most of them were probably going to recover at least all right from what they went through.
Yeah, no, he was the one that was fucked up. Basically, they tortured the children in front of the parents, right?
Yeah.
Starting with the youngest first, right?
Well, Scallion, I've come to visit you in particular, because I've got to say, you look terrible. And when I come back, I don't think I want to see it, and I don't want anyone else to see it. So I've come to resolve the problem. Hold up. This is a ring you're going to be wearing for a few weeks. The Ring of Regeneration. And it's going to fix you. But you must wear it and you must not remove it for a while.
I wear this ring and are going to... What is regeneration?
Your eye. Yeah, the other parts of you that you've lost. You'll get them back. Well, grow new ones that'll be just as good as the old ones.
As you start to explain,
Take a little bit of time.
Putting it on, he starts feeling his face. How long, brother? How long till it comes back?
I don't know exactly. It's
Can't smell the air.
very.
It's tough to see the world. Everything's a blur.
But give it some time and I'll reach out to you in your dreams later and check in, see what your status is. If at all possible, prefer not to spread around that I passed this to you, but they're going to notice. So when it comes, just do keep it safe and don't give it to any of the rest of them.
I will not, brother. Set's blessings be upon you. Though our father doesn't say it, I trust in you. You didn't damn us. You saved us. We were just going to be slaves of the Shimmer Scales either way. If you get the chance, just kill our uncle. Make him suffer.
I've done it once and I'll do it again. And as far as our father goes, his sins are not yours, and you will not be punished for them.
Thank you, brother. Things are being... It's better again. Keep is ours. Home is home again. I look forward to looking at you with both eyes.
Until then. And I'm going to teleport away in front of him, back to Joso.
So you turn into ice and shatter in a million pieces like, brother!
This ring is cursed!
Shit! It's on me now! No,
Sees that. Oh my god, are they fucking with me again?
it's
Shit.
I assume his father is a wizard. He's seen some shit. at this
I
point.
would hope so.
His dad's a necromancer specifically. I
He's some
mean,
shit in a good way.
At
not
this
in a
point,
bad way.
your character is Superman to him, so he assumes this is a thing. He's like,
Yeah.
okay, cool. This is another power Superman has this episode. Cool.
Like, he knows it's not an illusion. It's like, oh, this is another one. He'd be like eviscerated in front of me or something really creepy like that. Oh, she's must be fine.
Yeah, so note, he has the Ring of Regeneration, and that's a thing. Alrighty then. Let me make a note in the plot. Was given a Ring of Regeneration on the... What day is it?
It is, it's next day, so it's actually, Mala 22.
22nd.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sorry.
noted. I just made a note in the metaplot section, so okay.
So sorry. I got
actually,
it.
Tony, can I slightly retcon that to, can I actually spend the night with him instead? I'm going to end up leaving them and Joso for the night, and I'm going to go back in the morning.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. You can stay with your brother. He is...
And then I'll still do the teleport. He'll still get
Right.
freaked out. Don't worry.
He's definitely he's working on stuff. Like his father gave him some books to work on his penmanship. Since he has a lack of fingers, he's kind of he's relearning how to draw and write again without the proper digits, right? There seems to be a scrawling of those. There's a servant in the corner who's just doing whatever she's told. Humanoid gnome. Yeah, the room is filled with general Quicksavan equivalents of toys. Let your imagination fill whatever those are, whatever snake people sees as toys. What
Little
would be
slaves.
Quicksavian kind of like toys, right?
Rabbits.
What would
You get established canon. What are considered toys to creatures who do not assume emotion? Normally.
Probably educational toys.
That doesn't seem too bad. Things like logic puzzles, stuff like that.
So probably a lot of blacksmith toys, kind of like, just like puzzle pieces, things like that, right? Maybe like actual like mapped puzzles is like a thing, right? Like those puzzler people who put puzzles together, like as competitively. Maybe that's a Quicksavan thing, like trying to complete puzzles.
What are the games that you can do better than other people?
Right, highly
Cube.
competitive games that you can complete. I'm sure chess is like next level in Quicksava, right?
What is it? Dragon Bone Chess, I think it's called, or something like that.
Right. Three Dragon Ante. Right.
Yeah, there we go.
Yep. Dragon chess. Yep. Games of non-chance of logic and skill. Yeah. Okay. I like that. So yeah.
Imagine like a Quicksavan baby toy would be like a stuffed prey animal they can practice coiling around and trying to swallow.
Yeah, and little, slave action figures with now more subservient power.
Right. Slave Leia.
Child-sized
is
toys, you mean
completely different
halfling
in
children?
Quicksava. She stays a slave Leia. Slave Leia, right? That kind of thing, right?
Those food in Quicksavan know the Quicksavan word for slave is also the same word for toy.
Right. In their movie, Jabba the Hutt wins, and he eats Luke Skywalker, right? So...
It's generally a pretty competitive culture with multiple snakes being born at once, but only 1 to 2 usually coming out of a brood alive, that sort of thing.
Yeah, very
Raised alone in a younger, or basically a small pit for a few years.
Yes, very, very drow-like, you'd almost suspect. It's like a Faerunian equivalent. Yeah, I like that. So, okay, all right. Well, it's 11:39. You guys have done fairly well. Think about where you're going to go next game, right? I need to know that, how you're going to get there, and what you plan on doing when you get there, right? So if you guys decide on going to Sea Hall, let me know so I can write up Sea Hall and I can get that plot ready.
If you guys decide to go to the Lonely Mountain, let me know what you do there, or if you plan on contacting people, where you plan on starting the game, right? Do you plan on starting in Joso, or do you want to fast forward to a certain point and start there, right? So, yeah, outside of that, good game, guys. You guys got any questions, concerns, thoughts before we end this game?
I will warn you, as far as conversations with people go, I've got Dream now, so there's quite a few people I'm wanting to talk to, so
okay,
a few chats to be going to try through.
As long as you've interacted with them in the past.
Yes, only people I know.
So, yeah.
I'm not trying to reach out a random person or anything.
Keep in mind, warding does exist, but
yes.
If they're like, it depends on who they are, right, and when you contact them. But most 90% of people, no issue, right? But talking to, Bob the Merchant versus like the Queen of Assyria might be drastically different, chances. So
definitely.
All right, cool. Sounds good to me. I will end this episode 78 because 77 is a lie. And I will see you guys in episode 79. I'm gonna stop streaming and stop recording.